How many of you understand English? You do, but you have to raise your hand, so I know. Okay. You know, the thing is, I don't want to miss anybody. Whoever has come here, I hope all of them will get some support. This is my main, like in, what's this place? Melbourne. When I first came, I thought I'm going to meet the Australian people. But I was thinking I'm coming to Little Sri Lanka. I was wondering, what is this? It's like the Muslims' brotherhood, you know? The brotherhood of Muslims is brotherhood among Muslims. Yeah, even in Sri Lanka, unfortunately, we have this condition, a situation. It has become the culture, it has become, because we are missing the experience of the Dhamma. This is what it is. In every religion, when you miss the experience of it, when it doesn't become an experience, then you get into, you know, all these trappings of the external. Now I know most of you are not very familiar in English also, right? So you know, wait, I will. So important thing is on all these things. Buddha was born in Nepal, you see. He's not from Sri Lanka either. But that phenomena of become Buddhahood, you know, the phenomenon is a kind of this happening in this world. It is a universal thing. And his truths and his vision is a universal thing. It isn't called the impermanence of what it is, LTT or Tamil tigers or impermanence of Sri Lankans. It is impermanence of Rupa. Rupa means form, body. This is actually Buddhahandro kata karanaකොට අපේ බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ රූප, වේදනා, සංඥා, සංකාර, විඥාන ඒක හැම කෙනෙකුටම තියෙනවා. හරියට අපි මොලේ, කිඩ්නි එක, ලන්ග්ස් එහෙම කතා කරනවා වගේ. ඒක අපි එක විද්‍යානුකූල ඒක කාටත් පොදුයි. පොදු සත්‍යයක් ලෝකෙටම බලපාන එක මනුෂ්‍යයන් විතරක් නෙමෙයි. Not only human beings, this truth that Buddha is proclaiming, it is the phenomena, truth that is happening among other dimensions also. If someone tells Buddha is just a philosopher, no. He talks about the other dimensions too, other worlds of existence. If one doesn't believe these dimensions, I passed my IGCSE because of those dimensions. I didn't study anything. We were the first batch with the Cambridge Syndicate IGCSE in 1990. That was my first experience. There was other realms through relativity. That's the one that created, Einstein's theory of relativity, that create that connection that such realms did exist. How? When I had actually there was my father, his certain people who used to come and visit him. So there was this physics, science background there. And then once I got to know about this theory. And that time is not it could be dilation, it could be dilated, it could be stretched, right? So I know so that's a long story, but that's how I started my research or whatever. Stretch, so I will speak in English and English, okay? I will translate and my thoughts my way of speaking also, I have pictures here, pictures there, pictures there. Now when I have to translate in addition to that, Sinhala English, that should be super complicated. But I hope my brain will work. But I have some very important things to say. I hope that you all will not get tired before I come to that. Some things that are current and timely. The සාපේක්ෂවාදය මේක තුලින් ඒක දින කාලය කියන එක මේ මොනවාද ස්ට්‍රෙච් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක. කියන්නේ ඒක පොඩි උදාහරණයක් කිව්වොත් නිවුන දෙන්නේ කරන් එක්කෙනෙක් අවුරුද්දක් අපි අරිනවා මේ ජෙට් එකක ස්පේස් එකේ. අවුරුද්දකින් යා මේ පොළොවට එනකොට පෘථිවියට මේ ළමයාට අවුරුද්දක් ගෙවිලානේ. පෘථිවියේ ඉන්න ළමයාට. එතකොට මේ අර ළමයාට ගෙවිලා තියෙන්නේ මාස 3යි. ඉතින් ඒ මොනවාද ඒ විදියට හැබැයි මේම කාලේ ස්ලෝ ඩවුන් වෙනවා කියන එක වේගයත් එක්ක ඉතින් කියන්නේ මේ මොනවාද ආලෝක වේගයට සමීප වේගයකට තමයි මේ එෆෙක්ට් එක එන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔය මේ ඒ relativistic effects කියලා. So ඉතින් මේ මොනවාද ඒක මට දැනගන්න ලැබුණා අම්මගේ තියෙන ධර්ම පුදුමක් කියන එක. ඒක මම බලන වෙලාව මට දැන් සත්‍ය දැනගන්න පුළුවන් තිබහක්. අවුරුදු 14 15 16. ඉතින් පොඩි කාලේ නම් තිබ්බා හැබැයි මේක තදින් මේ කාලේ තින් ඔය තිබ්බා. මම එන්නේ හොයගෙන ඉන්නකොට බයිබලෙත් කියන හැම එකක්ම කියනවා. එහෙම ඉන්නකොට තමයි මේ දේවතාල ඒ කියන්නේ සක්‍ර දේවේන්ද්‍ර බුදුහාමුදුරු හම්බ වෙන අවස්ථාවේදී සක්කපඤ්ඤ සූත්‍රය අම්මගේ පොඩි පොතක් තිබ්බා. ඒ පොතේ කියනවා කාතාවතිම්සා දේව ලෝකේ මේ අවුරුදු 1000ක් යනකොට ඉතින් අවුරුදු දවසක් ඒ වගේම කියලා. ඒ ලෝකතල ගැන එහෙම කියනවා. මම ඒකත් එක්ක මගේ කියන්නේ කපාටනේ දේරෝකල තියෙනවා කියන එක ලොකු මේක කරේ. මොකද සාපේක්ෂණිය නිකන් මේ අයින්ස්ටයින්ගේ කම්මැලියම ගන්න තිබ්බනේ ඇහෙන්නේ ඒක හැමදාම තිබිලා තියෙනවා මෙයාට ඒක අවබෝධයකට ආවා. ඒ කියන්නේ කාලේ ඒ විදිහට වෙන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්තම් අරක සුරංගනා කතාවක් වගේ. මේකත් එක මගේ හොඳට සමාධිගත වුණා ඒ කාලේ තියෙනවා කියලා. ඒ කාලේ මට තේරෙනවා සක්ක දේවේන්ද්‍ර බොහොම බලවත්, පවර්ෆුල්. ඉතින් මම රාත්‍රී කාලේ කට්ටක් කරනවා කියන්නේ මේ අනුමාන කරලා ටෙස්ට් පේපර්ස් තමයි අනාවේකයක් න්යා කරා. ඒකේ මේ ඉංග්‍රීසි ලැන්ග්වේජ් ලිටරේචර් පේපර් එකේ හෙඩින්ග්ස් මේක මේ හෙඩින්ග්ස් අනුමාන කරා. ඒකේ රචනාව. ඔය රචනා ඒක ඊට පස්සේ ටියුටර් කියලා අනිත් දවසේ මම යමුණාත් කිව්වේ නෑ. ලියලා ගේන්න කියලා කිව්වා. හැබැයි ඊළඟ දවසේ විභාගයට යනකොට අර දෙක තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි මගේ මුලින්ම හොඳටම කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් එකක් ආවේ. කියන්නේ මගේ විශ්වය අතේ තියෙනවා වගේ මම හරි සතුටු නෑ ඒලා. හැබැයි මහාන වෙන අදහස ආවේ නෑ. රෝග මත තමයි තව සංඥාව පස්සේ ඔය කාලේ. ඒවා එක තමයි මහාන වෙනයි කියන අර්ථයක් මොනවද කරපු එකක් ඉස්සර වැඩපු එකක් ඉන්න පටන් ගත්තා. හරියට අවුරුදු 10. සූත්‍ර වලින් ඊට පස්සේ සූත්‍ර බලන ජර්මන් ගුරු හාමුදුරුවෝ සූත්‍රේම බලනකොට මේ මොනවාද සූත්‍රක බලන්න කිව්ව මේක අහකට ගන්නට ගැලපෙනවා. You just had me and this is something. So I don't know how many of you, okay, but then only 2 of you are there, others all are there, I think, who can understand. But I feel very bad, I don't want to, this is, okay, because I might get stuck with everything. I was talking about relativity theory, that gave me proof of the existence of actually other realms. That is my mother's books, she used to have about how the Sakka, the king of God, used to visit the Buddha, and king of the gods in a certain realm. When he visited, it talks about those realms, 1,000 years on earth is one day there and so on. So such months and such years. Like that, there are other realms like that. The Brahmaloka is one yan is one day there like that. So it looks fairy tale when you just read like that. But when you know about theory of relativity and the possibility, not a possibility, it's a fact now, that time could be stretched. That gave me clear connection or feeling that these states do exist. And that very belief or through that actually makes you connected. Because all these states are state of consciousness. It is inside your mind, it's in the mind. I will tell you why it's in the mind also. Everything, even what you're seeing me, you're seeing me not outside, it's inside you. That time, so I used that to cut short. Night time, I used to get feeling of connected to that, and then I predicted the English language literature essay titles. So the next day was a holiday, the other day was my exam, IGCSE. And when I went to, this was in Lesotho in South Africa, Southern Africa, I don't know if you know. So when I went to the exam, then these headings were there. These are my first steps, how I felt. But still I didn't feel the idea of becoming a monk. Based on this, I had another experience. So that was connected with the impermanence of things. But I never thought of meditating, nothing like that. So I come from a completely unorthodox approach to this. So I see some of the obstacles we have created along the way. When Buddhism has come like that, you have the original teachings. That's very interesting. The original teachings, I met a guru, teacher. After this experience, we went to India, then with my parents to Sri Lanka. Then I met my guru, actually, a German monk, a wandering monk. So he's the one who made me like this also. Otherwise, I would have been a yogi, maybe married also. But he was the one who was such a big influence. I was his attendant also last period. And he's the one who directed me to refer to the Buddha's original words, the suttas, they are called. This is our real GPS to peace, to enlightenment. You see, the other is the original GPS. I don't know, do you have a duplicate ones like that? Do you get in GPS in your vehicle? I've been experiencing a lot of GPS machines here, like this lady's voice. Tell you honestly, when I was hearing this voice beginning, I thought somebody is immediately replying from somewhere, Do you understand? I didn't know that I was so this happened to me in the aeroplane also. Aeroplane යනකොට මම ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කතා කරන එක දෙකකින් කරන්නේ ඔක්කොම පැහැදිලිව මට නැත්නම් aeroplane when I was going to the aeroplane when I was coming here there was one from Tasmania, one gentleman seated next to me, a very nice man. I don't know, I think the first Australian I met in this trip. Of course I used to play cricket and we had a fast bowler. He was like, we were like both in competition for the opening. He was from Australia. If I gave up something for this, it was cricket. Okay, I don't mind playing with you on this somewhere if you have a quiet place. I'm still fit for it, and but these people will all faint. Okay. This was something I really liked. Tell you honestly, I was playing for clubs, and anyway, this gentleman was seated next to me. And he was such a nice man. He's a very different man, from Tasmania, I think. He told me like that. So he was showing these gadgets, that in the plane you have this, you can get entertained by all this. So he said, he knew that I didn't know how to operate any of these things. He told me, can I teach you? I said, I can show you how to. I said, it's okay, like this. I said, I admired your crocodile Dundee, In Australia, I liked your crocodile Dundee when I was a young boy. We saw this film. And I think I'm Sri Lankan crocodile Dundee. Also because he goes to New York and he doesn't know all this, I don't see that film. He used to put his leg in the washing in the toilet, what it is used for. So, yeah, I also think I'm some kind of that. So anyway, I don't know, you see I get a blackout. You must excuse me. I'm trying to tell these points. Somebody has told me, I think in some remark or some, this is because I faced a lot of altitude, strained my body a lot in a certain time, and in 2015 actually, I nearly experienced death with altitude sickness. So after that, that was one reason I'm now coming here, because not one, it's the main reason. At that moment I had this experience quite a bit in 2014 in Kailash, Mansarovar. But 2015, I nearly left this body. So before, normally we have a practice how to face death, We have been doing it daily to watch our body and all feelings. So at that time, the thought came, I couldn't give enough to the people. And then I thought, can't help it now. I will, now I can't help it. And I practice that. So I survived that time, and now if I have to face that again, so I will not have this thought that this is what I'm doing now, coming here. Okay? So, where shall I start? Are you all tired, or how many hours are you staying? You staying long time here? With the babies it's not easy, ස්වාමීන් තියෙනවා ඉංග්‍රීසි මොනක් කරද ස්වාමීන් මට ආස නැහැ කවුරුත් තාපු කෙනෙක් මට කරන්න දෙයක් නෑ සිංහල දන්නේ නැති ඉංග්‍රීසි දන්නේ නැති කට්ටිය කීටේ තවත් ප්‍රශ්නයක ඒකට ඒකට බලන්න දෙන්නේ තුන් දෙනෙක් කමන්නේ මම හිතනවා මොන භාෂාවද දැන් හිටියේ නැතත් කමට මොනවා හරි ලැබෙනවා මේ කමන මේක අඩුවක් වෙන්නේ නෑ මම බලන්න ඕනේ මේ කොහොමද මේ වගේ හිත් කියලා චුට්ටයි කියන්නේ අඩුගානේ මොන හේතුවක් තියෙනවද මොන ඇබුල් කරලා ඉන්න හේතුවක් නැහැ. බෞද්ධයෙක් වුණා. ඒක හොඳ ඇඩ්වර්ටයිස්මන්ට් එකක් නෙමෙයි. I told, there's no reason to have a long face. Being a Buddhist is not a good advertisement. But you can't pretend, you can't also act. You will have that happiness without a reason, I call it. Saputa hetuwa met saputa Dhammaratha ki. When you are pure, when you become purified, you will have that happiness without a reason. Otherwise, normally we have the sadness without a reason. You don't know why we are sad and so on. So, but it's not from outside, it's coming from inside. It's how we think, how we wrongly think. I told many times this experience. You see, all of you have potential to. Do you think you will be like this? Do you think I will one day maybe wear robes and be like Bhante? That's one thing, yes. But not you, okay? Maybe you definitely. But all these also, they are also possible. Do you think? You think I have children and all that? Couldn't be there. Mama, Swami, man, say like wait the pull on when you need to kill a mama cow. The thing you are sure to. When you think about it. Like කියන්න කොහොමද කියලා. පින්වතුනි මෙහෙම අපි දකින්නේ මේකෙන් දකින්නේ ඇස්වලින්. How are we looking at these things from our eyes? This is called චක්කු විඥානය. මේක කියනවා චක්කු විඥානය මොකද්ද? මේ චක්කු විඥානය eye consciousness. Okay? We have this eye consciousness. How does this eye consciousness come? It is Buddha says sankhara paccaya viññāna. How we have, thought intentionally, words and deeds, that is the one that's creating this consciousness. Beautiful, he tells exactly how consciousness arises, the cause of it. This is a very big answer to many questions of philosophers and so on. So now we normally think original sin and so on that has been taught in Christianity. But if you look at it, it talks about rebirth. Do you believe in rebirth? Do you believe? මේගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම believe කරනවා කියලා කියනවා. එහෙම විශ්වාස කරන්න ඕනේද? මම කිව්වා there is one way. You should not believe, I would not like to believe and sort of, we must get real facts and kind of supporting knowledge to really accept a certain idea. I mean, I'm sure Buddha will like you to do that. Not just because your mother and father doing it or some tradition. He tells like this Kalama Sutta. So, how can you know really? There's one proof I can definitely tell, there are so many, but what can really give you some of the workings of karma? Have you heard of Edgar Cayce? Many mansions? Have you heard? No. Okay. Edgar Cayce, many mansions. That's very interesting. If you go through it, many people got the idea of becoming a monk after it, because that is right for you. It is very interesting. He also don't know about the idea of karma and all the rebirth. But certain people having problems in New York in the present day, the doctors can't solve it. So complicated. In his unconscious state, it's called readings, he goes into they give the solution and he gives the cause of it. And sometimes the cause is some karma he has done in the Crusaders' time. Sometimes during Jesus, someone wants to serve so much, to society. He has seen Jesus from far away, like that. It's very interesting. In Edgar Cayce many mansions. ඒක අපිට ගොඩාක් සාක්ෂි වෙනවා. ඒක හරි ඉන්ටරෙස්ටිං අප්. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක කොහොමද ඔය නිව් යෝර්ක් වල හරියන්නේ තැන්වල එක එක කට්ටිය තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න වලට විසඳුම් දෙනවා. මේ මොනවාද කේසි නිකන් මෝහණයට වගේ නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ නිර්වින්දනයට වගේ unconscious state එකට යනවා. ඒකට ගිහිල්ලා යාගේ readings කියලා මෙයා වෙනවා. ඒකේම හරි වටිනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඇයි මේ කට්ටිය මේ විදිහට මේ දුක් විඳින්නේ? සමහර කුරුස යුද්ධ කාලේ වෙච්ච ඒවා ජේසුස් වහන්සේ දැකපු කාලේ ඒගොල්ලෝ දුරින් දැකලා යටිට හැංගීම් දදින් අදිෂ්ඨාන වෙලා සමහරවිට අපි එළියෙන් කිව්වේ නැතුන හිතෙන් නිකන් යොන්යොරු ගගා ඉන්නවා. ඒවා හිතන ඉඳන කර්ම කියනවා. Now sometimes we don't verbally do anything, but mentally we are depressed or angry or something, those thoughts that way. So that how those ways of behavior creating complicated situations in this life. You are paying enough. දැන් මේක කියන්නේ මනෝ කර්ම කියලා. ඒක බුදුහාමරගේ දේශනාවලින් හොඳට දැනගෙන හිටියමයි මෙතන මේවා දකින්නකොට හොඳට තේරෙනවා. It becomes very visible. So when you get answers, when you find your life also, you don't blame anyone then. You don't blame your wife or husband or something. You have to accept situations. And even suddenly if your husband or wife, suddenly, behave certain way, because I get certain situations where people come with these problems, you will understand, you will become, okay, you know how best to help is to be detached from the situation and not expect anything. And that you don't try to find solution from another sort of, because the same thing will repeat. You can't escape your karma, the world comes behind you. That's a nice story now I remember. This is new, okay? There are many programs on YouTube and all that. We have but this again and again. I have now a big problem for me because we monks, we will speak to just now. We are not going to plan too much. We are just dealing now. Actually, we learn to live now. That's our whole training. And then we go somewhere else. But when you go somewhere else, now the YouTube, they already know what is going on. So that's very good because I don't have to tell much, but that doesn't matter. So some of my organizations are worried, because they are thinking, Bhante, they might see the same things. I don't mind, that's no problem. It's not my bana also. Something will happen to the people. It is, for the moment, it's like getting me. Something living the present moment is making impact on, so it doesn't matter. I don't want to, it's something I have to do. This is like a mission for me now, this period. So anyway, these people, how I tell you how the karma will come behind you. One day, in one place, there was a poor family. Not a poor family, he was a rich family. And the daughter got married to a poor husband. Okay? මම කියන එක තේරෙන්න රාසය ඔක්කොටම තේරෙනවා. මේක කොහොමද කර්මයේ පිටිපස්සෙන් එන්නේ කියන එක. මොකද සමහර ප්‍රශ්න ඇති වුණා අපි විසඳෙන්න බලනවා තවත් දෙයක් කරලා. ඒක කරන්නේ නැතුව තමන් ඒකම මොන පාන්නේ කියන එක. මොන මහත්යද මොන නෝනද හම්බ වෙන්නේ ඒව පොඩි වෙනස් කරන්න ඕනේ ලොකු පංචශීල කැට් එකක් වෙනවා නම් ඒ తాවකාලිකව. ආය පන්තියක් අපිට හම්බ වෙනවා වගේ. අපිට පන්තියක මේ ජීවිතය කියන්නේ පන්තියක් වගේ. මේ ජීවිතය කියන්නේ පන්තියක් වගේ. Okay. Life is like a classroom. When you understand it like that, we don't try to sort of run away from a situation. We only run away if it is going to create an immoral action from us. That means if we are to lie or steal or something, then we become stubborn because that will be new karma. So we learn to make some alternative change. Otherwise, we learn to stick to that. There's an opportunity to create gems in us. Great tragedy, great, pain is the one that created geniuses. So as monks, we put ourselves into suffering really. Like in the jungle or somewhere, our teachers have taught us, then only we develop those, inner faculties. Now even when what I went through, that those things have created something. If I didn't go through that energy, that sort of, to do things in a very spiritually just, determined way, you can't develop those things if you don't experience the suffering. So, if I stop like this, suddenly my train gets stopped, the thinking. I had to just go on running, because we are not supposed to be talking, we are supposed to be silent. Now I've been practicing this and now coming for the program. So it's like program after program. It's a funny situation for me. So anyway, you don't run away from a situation. That's important. A situation is like a panthiyak wage, classroom ek wage. Ewan api Vihara Ven Bambalapitiye. Mama English kata කරන කට්ටියට තේරෙනවද ඔක්කොටම? අනිත් තේරෙන්නේ නැති කෙනෙක් කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? තේරෙන්නේ නැති කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද? මම එහෙම කියන්න ඕනේද? No problem නේ? තේරෙනවද? කොහොමද මේ so life is like a classroom, okay? So if you run away from it, you have to face it somehow. It will come back, you will see. So only you have to change if there is something where this is against your conscious. But that also you just change a little bit and then you try to face that again. Then you will get something out of it. I think there is a story in India, I remember when I was there a long time ago. There was this particular, there's this rich family and the daughter got married to a poor boy, poor husband, and they were living very, difficult time. So the husband thought, how, we are always eating, in India you have chapati, roti. Roti? I don't know, you had roti. So always eating roti. So one day, why not we go to our father-in-law's house, because they are making all these dishes. Might as well we go there and we have some good food. So they told the father-in-law, they sent a message that for dinner or lunch they are coming. Okay. So then the father-in-law thought, after a long time my son-in-law is coming and my daughter, we must prepare something special for them. So always we are preparing, all these dishes and all that. We must prepare something, nice for them, And this we thought we must prepare for them to feel at home. Roti. So what happened? They came. So all the conversations, everything, and son-in-law was waiting to, have a different taste. So when he sat down and all that, and everything was closed, like you have in a buffet or whatever, and they brought all the waiters, they are very rich people. So when they served and then waiting, okay. So when he opened this, he saw this roti. Then he told the roti, how did you come all this way? The then the roti spoke back, it said, your karma. So Newman, I remember, I don't know how. So this is important, my friend. These are maybe there are stories, but you can know from your personal life, if you're a little bit observant about your life, if you have some level of samadhi, you'll be observant of what's going on, and then you take wisdom about what's going on. And when you take decisions, you will not take out of emotions. You will see, you will analyze in an equanimous way and get the right answer, and you never go wrong. These are secrets, you must learn. I mean, I was also as a young person, a little bit agitated at a certain time. But slowly, luckily I didn't make drastic decisions. I was very careful every step I took. Even coming here, I could consider very much. It was a big decision, this big step. Because long years I was invited out of Sri Lanka, to states and all that, to teach. But I told those people at that time, even one in Canada and all that, and I told them, only if I become an arahant, I will come. I was not joking, it was serious. Because I don't want to go to any country, when I still have desires. You see, what is this? I'm going to teach you something how to be desireless. And if I have desires, how can it's like a hypocrite for me. So I continued practicing, but I never forgot. I thought one day if I get something, I will, not in Australia or anywhere, Africa, everywhere. All human beings, wherever they are, I would try to do this until my last breath. And I don't know how my teacher, my guru also, he has told me like this also. When you get something, try to give it to wherever human beings are. I have written these notes. Maybe one day I will put it out. So anyway, I have not become an arahant yet. But it came like this experiences what I had, and also many have told me, Bhante, you should at least share something what you have, you should on the way. But I was always waiting, doing my practices. So finally I made up my mind. So I'm still on, I'm trying to now study for my PhD. So I can teach you about masters and, the degree for my degree I can teach you. Teach you means I will teach you how to find the teacher. This is I can do. This is what I have learned. So it's like how to find the real GPS. This is important. Now many monks you will meet and so on, or many people, they're spiritual people, okay. But we don't know what they have realized, how far they have gone on this path. But we are very sure, the Buddha is actually an enlightened being. But it's not the statue. Statue is some representation, and it brings certain consciousness in you as a person. But the real Buddha is in his vision. What made him the Buddha, what he saw, what he realized to become a Buddha, that is the Buddha. So that vision is activated by what he spoke, He made the other people also get that vision by discoursing and telling them to practice like that. So those discourses are called what? The suttas. The map, our original map is from Pali. We have at least a translation, you must have it as your guide. We can't trust anyone, my friend. We don't have the ability to say the way he said. Now these things I'm not stressing because I'm some kind of missionary or something. I don't want to be like that. But I have my personal experiences. In the jungle, when I was going through the suttas, much thanks to my guru, where he told me, so he tell us to go through this. And when I was going through these things, when the mind was getting brainwashed in a positive sense from all our modern conditioning and the background, after some days and weeks, you will see this because we don't appreciate it sometimes now because we lack the purity to grasp it. Our minds are it has become so agitated, and we don't have that tranquility to immediately see the profound, get the profound triggering from that. So that we can still, I believe, we must keep, I recommend Word of the Buddha by Gnanaloka, a small book. That is like under the Four Noble Truths. It's directly from the Pali, no interpretations. You must have it as a handy book. And Middle and Discourses by Bhikkhu Bodhi. ඉතින් සිංහලෙන් ඔය පරිවර්තන තුනක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒවා එකක් හරි ඔක්කොම දැනගන්න ඕනේ නෑ. එක පදයකින් හරි නිවන් දකින්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් තමයි තේරෙන සූත්‍රයක්. ඒක පුරුද්ද ගන්න බුදුහාමුදුරුත් එක්ක කතා කරන්න. You must get the habit like you are talking to the Buddha. So when you hear other monks or anyone like me and all that coming and discoursing, you must compare with, you can have knowledge to compare. But there's a way how to do the suttas, you must, it is not some kind of intellectual tickling, I call it, no. You can't find that in that. You have to learn to apply it to yourself. This is like you meditate and read. It should go hand in hand. You must relax. I will do a little bit relaxing. I will do the meditation also. Demonstrate that. It's relaxing and you have to learn to, apply it to yourself immediately. And find more relaxation coming by letting go. You must use it to let go. We have invisible hands holding our body and our thoughts. We're grasping it. That's that creating, that losing our energy. When we are losing our energy, that's our brain, we feel tired. But when we learn by proper, you have great, difficult people like who have done great sins. Dhammaratha, he's a murderer, serial killer during the Buddha's time. A serial killer, not a normal murderer. He killed so many to get the fingers of, and then the king was going to catch him. And those days the king was in charge of his retinue. He was like a super Rambo, So nobody could, used to, So I wanted to put it away. So he was actually super Rambo. Nobody could, beat him even in running with the horses. He could run faster than they say. So anyway, Angulimala, if you think of the sins he did, he has to go from hell to hell really. But did it happen? No. He met a great person. He got the great conditions, the environment. The whole thing changed. His whole destiny changed. His way of thinking, not only that, his rebirths also got stopped. It was his last birth. So just imagine, sometimes we do, we can do a small thing and we worry so much. We did this and our whole life is undone or something like that. We think like that and we can go to hell with that. But we can be a murderer, we can be a prostitute, we can be gambler or drug addict, whatnot. Or we can even be a serial killer who is here, don't worry about it, right? Okay. It's not easy for him to come here, but Buddha was there, he will go there, So this is not the time. But if we have such a people, friends, you see, it is possible. If you have the right thinking and the right way, this can be a moment of enlightenment. This happened to Angulimala. If someone tells you you're a sinner and you can't do anything, be careful, don't ever go near him. He's the biggest sinner, to say like that. It's like, it's not possible. Enlightened persons know. The great robbers, or all who have done, if you get the right thinking, and that suffering, he also suffers if he's guilty, what he has done. And he can immediately grasp. So, you can take these examples, very interesting, how this great serial killer immediately was transformed into a... So his karma did take place. How? When he used to go Pindapata and come back, he used to get wounds. Anyone who throws a stone or something strikes him. So, but what is that wounds? Nothing. Just a small shot and some blood coming. So, but he would have gone through greater suffering. If he would have gone through greater suffering, if he meet the Buddha and had the right thinking and liberated his mind. So it didn't take years and years. It only took few hours, maybe 1 hour, maybe, or half an hour meeting him, talk to him, and so on. So first he controlled him. He also came to the field and he thought he was going to chase the Buddha. And then Buddha made certain power he did that he could come close. He said, stop, Sravana. He said, I have stopped, you stop. He said, you are lying, I can even beat this thing and I can't catch up with you. Then he said, then you are thinking, his voice also suddenly triggered, oh, this is the master who has come, to save me. And then he laid his weapons down, and that's the moment he was completely transformed. ඒක අඟුලිමාල ගැන මම කිව්වේ ඒ කියන්නේ එයා බලන්න එහෙම එයා තමයි බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ හම්බුනේ නැත්නම් එයා අපායන්ට තිබ්බේ කොහොමද? මම කායි කියන්නේ නේද? ආශිර්වාදනේ. Okay. Then okay important. Then you can't have any long faces, okay? Right? You remember. Now other thing is if you have done something wrong, you must not repeat it. That's important, okay? But you should not worry about it. You must take it as you worry because too much ego. You think somebody did something to me and like something is happening to me. So this is natural, it can come. So you don't repeat it and you don't worry about it. This is too important. So I had to face my friends again. Not one. If you're going on this path, you might not know. I'll be facing more problems, but I'm getting more immune and immune because the demon or devils completely fully focus on when you're following this path. So there are things I have also got little, really disheartened. Like some things again and again coming. Some problems, some defilements. I mean, our problem is not someone cutting you or scolding you. It's when I get angry or anger has been something very controlled in my system. But not sometimes, I can't say, I had to struggle with sensual desire. This has been a big. Now, some of the things I'll be explaining about this is some people might think I'm telling, especially for you all. No, this personal research about me, for my practice, and I'll be sharing with you all. Okay, but this might be very interesting for you all. But I must tell you, so there are times I was, certain things are coming up again and again. So I had nobody to ask because everybody comes to ask me after my teachers come. So what happened? And I have nobody to really have faith also who can give me proper answer. But luckily I did find one Bhante, and I went to him. And he said, Bhante, I have this thing coming up again. What is it? Then he said, don't worry, Venerable. You are like a flowing river. A flowing river, you put some, what is this, bin, okay? You put any bin or anything into it, or dirt. After some meters, it is clean. But if it does not flow, what happens? It is going to get dirty. So when we are practicing, he said, wonderful thing, he told me, when you are practicing, we will get all these obstacles. When you are getting a lot of problems, that means we are close to a winning goal. You will realize later. I have seen it in all my life, but sometimes I can't even think that I have a winning goal when I'm having so much. But it is true. So sometimes you can stop from that, and anyway you lose the opportunity. You lost because you get so affected by it. So this happened when he told me. Normally when you're practicing, the demon, devils, they attack you directly. Normally we fail. We get so upset or we get disheartened, we go into his lap. And forget about the meditation, everything, and we feel, let's go to the disco, let's go to nightclubs, like that. And this is how we completely fail. But the secret who win this journey is the ones who don't care about it. They will continue. They say it as a happening, just a phenomenon, and just go on. So the Bodhisattva, they all have to face this. But the reason they became Buddha or they achieved it was they didn't get stuck worrying about it, they continue. So this is something we must keep in mind. And so now I'm going to go to something. So this is like repetition for some people, but it should go into your head. For me it's a little boring, at least some new one came to my mind. And talk about how many of you are first meeting me? Oh, most of you, no? Who are the thing? I don't know. There is now the main thing now you have to understand what blocks you. Now, what's the reason we read the Dhamma, we hear Bana, when talks and all these things, but it's still something wrong. It's not just listening, the receiver must be clear. So, Normally Buddha never gives the Four Noble Truths. He doesn't talk about that until the mind is clear. He talks about it like this, like a white cloth. You know, the dye only gets properly distinct to clean white cloth. So until the white cloth is white and clean, he doesn't put the dye into that. So same way our minds, as long as they are being dirty or solid, soiled, Dhamma, how much you hear, it will not go into you. So very important thing today in the modern day, we have this phenomena. We normally put our lives into mud sometimes and suddenly we wash it like this. Both things are happening. Washing and putting to mud. Washing and putting to mud. Okay? Does this happen to you all? Yes. Like now you come for this kind of programs. Suddenly maybe you'll be going to, I don't know, if you're a layman, maybe some parties or some, I don't know, discos, I don't know, young people, you should not be going. No, I never went. And these things, if I went, I'd not be doing this. I would have been spiritual, but I'll be like layperson, because so many obstacles I have put to my mind. So, wait, my friend. When you are putting into mud, how is it? Suddenly you know this, especially today, you don't have to go to discos or nightclubs. You have a disco, nightclub, everything inside your room or inside your pocket. Do you know this? You can guess, right? Okay. Do you know? Okay, when I explain these things in Melbourne, after 3 days, one boy comes, one gentleman, he wants to be a monk also. And he tells Bhante, those things you explained to me saved me. Yesterday. Okay, so I thought, my God, I should be doing. Actually, I never thought of I'll be preaching this kind of Bhana, discourses. I thought I will be talking immediately about the Nibbana, but when I came to society in 2012, this is the type of Bhana that got formed, but it is very much current. What people are facing, which is blocking them spirituality growth or to reach the goal. So, but that is right, okay, that's my job. It's not just to talk something to make change in your lives. If that doesn't happen, what's the point? It will happen. It depends on my purity also. There's a secret behind it. So, anyway, this must be understood by everybody, right? I hope so. So please, I hope you can understand what I'm saying, right? Make a aluttara visheshana. Mani dana wage venna thingotuni. We sing Canada singing nade. Okay. ඔය ලෝකම තේරුම් කරේ ඔය සිංහලෙන්. ඒක තමයි කට ව්‍යාවෙන්නේ. So I explained this what is in Sri Lankan language. So anyway, I must. So when you are putting your life into mud, or there you should know, mud means what? Where we are activating our greed, hate, and delusion, the defilements to a certain pitch than normal. Okay? It may be through alcohol. It may be through computers. There are so many ways. I will tell about that also. So when you are doing like that something which is hidden, whatever you are doing hidden is it's not the right thing. You don't want anyone to know or see. Definitely it's something, not something good for you or for anybody. When you are doing like that, you are actually activating a certain pitch in your defilements, in your kleshas, defilement, raga, dosa, moha. So when you have greed, hate, delusion in your brain to that extent, corresponding to that extent, the certain dimensions open up. And those beings in the dimension join you. And when they join you, it's a big problem. It makes you addicted and it makes you driven. It's not you who is doing, it's those beings that are pushing you. Okay? When you know like this, they will destroy me. They are going to get nourishment. They will make the right people to meet, and you will, like if you are having drinks or whatever, you meet such people and you get tempted always. When you know like this, you will realize, no, I'm going to make a stand, I'm not going to love these people too. So whenever the temptations come, maybe it's your computer or through that time you leave, you know this, they are going to get nourished. And you keep away. One day, then second day you are able to keep away. Third day, that way, whatever holes that you have created in your character get patched up. And those dimensions get closed. And those beings have to leave. Okay? So when you do that, this is important. Now, about these beings, very interesting. I met one like a rishi or like a seer, I had some connection with one particular who had some power, who could now, behind you also there are these invisible beings coming. No, most of us don't see. So these beings, actually, this person was able to bring into the body, make them confess. So at that time I was there also. So suddenly he made one of those beings to come into the body, and the other person became unconscious. And he was talking. When this person was talking, like that, he was not able to talk properly. Then he forced him with some, this thing, tell who you are. And he said, yeah, I'm in this body, something, some spirit is or snake spirit or something, I don't know. And then he said, when did you, now this mother has brought, so many people have brought that time, there are different problems. So this child actually, about 18 or 14, he asked, who are you, said this, then when did you enter the body? 10 years ago or something. And how did you enter? When you was playing games. Believe this? Playing games. This I hear. And this says that something gets into that character of when you're playing that or something. But now I understand how. You know when you practice metta bhavana? We say, may they be happy, all the beings that we develop like that. Then a certain consciousness comes of a higher nature. Consciousness comes by the type of intentions we are having in a certain way. So then we enter the higher worlds. We know if you die that time, you go to heavenly world because we are having the God's thought. So when we have the demon's thought, where will we go? It's very logical that way. If you are telling yourself fight, or something, then some other consciousness should get formed, right? So my goodness, when that person tells like this, how that spirit entered when the boy was playing games. Now for boys, another big problem now, right? So, but really, actually, this is for me, I think, I don't know, this is my job, I think, you all are the great, and I will tell you some things also about this. Another place they say he entered through Facebook. Through Facebook, I don't know, I have never operated Facebook, I can operate YouTube. Even now, I use the YouTube now. You'll be surprised I'm telling all of you because I don't want to keep anything in my friends. I have seen jungles and caves also, but through their now supervision, he kept it there, and I looked at some things. Actually, like this, I activated some to inspire to come to the program, something, and I came out but out of my room, of course. he put it YouTube for me. So the other way, that if something connected with a lot of greed, hate, delusion, if it is activated, you will be entering immediately that consciousness. I don't know Facebook. You might know what it is. Through that, this is operating. And there's one place it says that this, when you open that page or some page, I don't know, sorry, he's in our grasp. They are in our grasp, That means we catch, they are caught immediately. Sometimes you might think I will just peek a little bit or something, okay? No peeking, then suddenly, like my guru used to tell me, you give the finger, it takes your hand. So when you are doing like this, friends, definitely you have a good friend, invisible friend with you. You can know from your actions, okay? This is happening, this is for sure. Now the other thing they tell is that, now you might think, my God, I'm a bad guy, okay? But they say goody, okay? Right? No, I didn't get too involved with the computers, but I also had these experiences with some demons who follow me, no doubt. So with the experimenting these things only I got to know, and now I got more details because it is affecting all of you. This is a current problem because our greed, hate has increased, our general level is high now these days. And that related to that, we have this kind of problem. We have created these spirits actually. So, when this particular raga, dosa, moha is pitched to that extent, so these particular beings, they are telling, they are catching the people who are going to be great. Doesn't mean the bad ones, They see a star, they say, when they are born, or they will follow. And they will wait until some weakness comes in that person. But they say, this is the person they have seen who is going to liberate or, do something to the family and the country. So these are not bad people. The good people are the ones who are caught by these forces. Do you understand this? And what happens when you get caught to these forces? You will be draining your energy. You will be draining energy. You will be not having creative power. You will not have special power coming in you. All the power will be sucked like vampires. Now friends, we have two parts in the brain. Like we have two things I tell, until we control these two things, nothing happens in this life. One is your tongue and one is your sexual organ. Look, they look same. Red with a lot of nerves. So with these two, even if you think of food, that time in the MRI scan, you find that the reptilian brain is working. Alright. Then we have the special brain which we think and analyze and do the meditation, all these things, sophisticated things. This is done by the new brain, it is called. So normally it is said that we got it from the Darwin theory of chimpanzee or gorilla, but we know due to good karma in the past, we got this. So interesting. This finding is very interesting because it nicely explains the teachings. Even Jesus, when he says, better to pick up your, like eye, than looking at, say, woman or lady, or for men, for women lustfully. Better to plug this and put into the furnace than do that. Now this looks extreme. No, my friends. When you are looking like that, which brain is activated? Think of it. The reptilian brain. Because it is very well found food when you are looking at food, the reptilian brain is working. So that time you die, furnace means hell. So Buddha explains in the sutras, if you have a sensual thought while you are dying, or this thing, or you will either go to animal world or the hell worlds. The animal world is a part of hell world. So it is very interesting, because you look human, but your mind is that time animal. Simple. So with great difficulty, we got this birth. So, so the tongue and these things, if you don't control, this, definitely we are slowly. So this is very important to know. So even thinking of food, your saliva will come. We think thinking is not a big damage. So today, we are doing certain things which are so much draining our energy, especially in the, I will tell you now, in the monks, we have rules called grave offense, a level of grave offense, and then we have Garuka Apatti and Lauka Apatti. The Garuka Apatti, in that, main rules are connected with sex. And the Sangha says, the second part of it, first 4, if you break, finish, I have to destroy. But then there are 12. In the 12, the first 1 and 2, if you have time to refer, Sangha says, that time only few people it was happening in the society of the Buddha's time. Okay? It took 20 years in the Sangha for it to happen in the monks. Then only he put this rule. Right? Now you understand this, but this is very important to have this knowledge. Now today, in majority of people, there's nobody, this is not happening. I can directly tell this because I don't know there are grown-ups also. How old are you, Mani?
Me.
Yeah?
14.
Yeah, the stage you should know. This stage you should know, 14, 15, 16. Okay? Parents or teachers, nobody will tell you. Auntie is going to tell. Before you learn from friends and everybody, alright? I wish, because we got into another kind of education system, another kind of civilization. This knowledge was there before. It's called Kumara Brahmacharya. But this Kumara Brahmacharya, we don't know even the name, I think, and we don't know what it is also. Prince celibacy. And so anyway, now I have to not talk like this, otherwise my thinking pattern gets blocked, After I was telling, I don't want to get into this habit also now asking the audience where I stop. Okay? It's like getting used to a computer or GPS also, right? Just here we want to now check it with that, then only we are psychologically so used to that, and that's all bad habit. So anyway, you must know, if we have this, this particular, I don't know why I'm getting this, I will tell you somehow. This is called Kumara Brahmacharya. This is very important. So when the Garuka Apatti takes place, the MRI scan shows that is grave offense. When it happens, the second one, I don't want to tell this, it's difficult to tell, as a monk. But, okay, I will tell you like this. I take food, okay, as an example. If food, you have the taste, more the pleasure, in the sense of more the energy loss. Okay? So you need energy to go inside. But when you lose a lot of energy outside, there's no energy to go inside. So the greater the energy, greater the pressure, the greater the energy loss. So with the tongue you have certain degree, but with sexual activity there is a peak of enjoyment. At that moment, the MRI scan shows the reptilian brain completely, now I didn't tell the words, I hope you can guess, right? It entirely envelopes the whole brain. And that means the thinking part, all that is shut down. You understand? Shut down. That means it's damaged. Just imagine the Buddha didn't have this X-ray, but he has a Buddha vision. Why he put these degrees of offense? It's not to run some kind of organization. It's for our protection. Just knowing these things is enough for you to appreciate, Everything that is found like that, it just supports, anything which is really sensibly, factual. It's very nice. You should never miss this opportunity. So better to study this thing, properly practice, and you'll be fully satisfied. So this particular, it says it completely shut down that time. So that's why now this thing we are doing it very much, my friend. This muck we are creating in our system. And there are spirits that eat this muck. This I have found. They get used to this muck. So when you even just, when you are in the computers and all these things we are doing, we may not go into, but anything we are secreting all these particular hormones in us. And these particular spirits we are attracting, and we also look less handsome. Muspentu, Bhutek wage. එතකොට අපිට විසිටින් කාඩ් පෙන්නන්න වෙනවා. මොනවා හරි ඉන්ට්‍රොඩක්ෂන්ස් කියන්න වෙනවා. අරකයි මේක පින්තූර හදන්න වෙනවා මිනිස්සු ගොළුවල. තේරෙනවද? We have to show visiting cards maybe, and then we have to, talk about something and create a picture while like this. You understand who I am? Right? ඒ වගේ මහා අමුතු දුක් ජීවිතයක් ගත කරන්න වෙනවා පින්වතුනි. artificial ජීවිතයක්. තමගේ අතුලාන්තයෙන් ශාන්තියක් විදිහට ඒ අපි ලංකාවේ ලැබිච්ච උත්තම උරුමය පාවිච්චි කරන්න තියෙන අවස්ථාව. So this is very important. To be really happy, we have to address these things. ඉතින් මොකද්ද කොහෙද දෙකට පැටලෙනවද? අද මට අමුතු complicated දාසක්. කොහොම හරි ඉතින් මොනවද කියලාද?
Energy loss.
Yeah.
Energy loss.
Yeah. So there is this energy loss, so much draining from our system. I can see if I see some person's body or the aura, just when I look, I know, but I don't want to judge, because I slowly would like to. It's happening a lot, my friend. So this you have to be very careful. So these things, when you know, you can refrain 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Look at yourself in the mirror. You look handsome. Yeah. And the other thing, when you are then trying to control, not trying to, you target certain days. So when you do like that, and not only that, now other thing I got to know was, those spirits, that when he was in the body, when they were sprinkling some water, he was telling, I'm burning. I was wondering what this water was. It is spirit water. This holy water. Now, I am not a person who tells this kind of rituals, put water. This is not my way. But when I saw these things, I saw the practical, this thing, I would recommend now. They are telling this burning. And they are telling one time, don't tell that person's name. We feel like we are dying. Whose name? Telling Buddha. The chanting, the spirit and things like that. Another place is saying, don't read, when you're reading these books, some of our, colleagues or whatever, they were dying, they died. Now, I was wondering what this book was, it is the Dhamma book, the Majjhimika, something like that. Now, this was a good point for me, because I'm trying to make people refer these things, but normally I don't think, this interest is true, because these spirits are created by our defilements. Okay? So we know that the Dhamma analyzing and all that, the spiritual, the teachings, that burns the latent tendencies by wisdom, by seeing, the Bojjhanga, they are called enlightened factors in the brain. When they are activated, then when you get these perceptions in meditation, when wisdom arises about the impermanence or the selfless nature or something, that time it burns the latent tendencies. We know this. But those latent tendencies, those kleshas are the ones that created these things. So now it's true, when you are really reading those things, that will be a big force that is going to annihilate those things that you have created, negative things. So this is something, because otherwise in Sri Lanka and all that, they believe mostly Toilu. I don't know, they have this, like Aboriginal. In Sri Lanka, we have this, like to send the spirits away. Certain, but I don't know why. I have to speak a spirit talk. But this is current situation. I hope it will help you to. You will watch it in case you are going to a sin or more, doing indulgence, that you can notice and purify. And when you purify for say 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks like that, and if you do the chanting and this thing and you get some coolness and meditation, you will find there's something called opposite now. When you get angry and when you get desires, you secrete certain hormones. Some of them are called adrenaline, okay? And certain things. But then the opposite way, if you are practicing, something should create also. That is there. That's called ojas. Ojas, now in the Sanskrit term, ojas, tejas. That normally goes into your brain, flows into your brain. And the areas of the brain which was not working, it starts to work. And when it gets deposited there, when it gets deposited, it makes you have this interest for meditation and to do these things again. Now, who has done it very often, he gets a shine in the cheeks, in the forehead. So I tell, don't lose this shine when you get it. You will look more handsome. Okay? You don't need to use, I tell always, fair and lovely. Fair and lovely. You have it here. Cosmetics, right? Some ladies once recently sat down next to me. I don't know, they might come also sometimes. Really, they all with lipsticks and full makeup. And I asked them, are you all happy? And they said, well, yes, we are all happy. I said, your makeup is only happy. Looks just like that, It's the makeup and sad face, sad face. I was thinking where the makeup is put like, like a lifeless thing. It's like that. No life. It's a charm. The charm you do get, now the beauty queens and I don't know, the models, right? They do yoga and these things. They know it's not just that, it's just the personality and the charm. That is got by this yoga and these things. So they are doing that. That is for that purpose. But there are different things you can get, if you really, more greater things. If you practice these things, you get fearlessness to die. Now these models, they get so attached to their bodies, okay? They're so dangerous. And I heard when I was in Nicosia, not as a monk, This is the first time I'm coming to the Western or Western civilized places as a monk. Because I used to argue those days also in university, I used to tell my friends, we should not come here. We are supposed to come and give something. Then I asked, I don't want a degree from university, I want a degree from God. I used to tell them like that. Yeah, really, I was meaning that. Not this, so those days, I was a young man, so anyway, that time one of our professors used to tell, he was a psychology professor, I think. So he used to tell some of them come to counsel, who are beauty queens or whatever, I don't know, maybe they were previous year something, beauty. So just some damage somewhere, in the leg, some accident and a small cut or something. She can't make up her mind about it. So I was just thinking how such a mind can accept old age and things like that. Just imagine. They cannot, if you're going to get so possessed that think your name is you, okay? Your hair is you. That comes with attachment. So much attachment, you feel this body, you so much identify with it, so much bodily pressure, because the feelings, the idea comes with feelings. That's another subject, but very interesting one. That's how you understand Nibbana also. But I am now explaining something else, So this attachment to body. So these things, can be so not only just getting beauty, just you must to get detached from the body. You create this energy to realize who you are. Is it body is you or not? When you know that this body is not you, that's the greatest achievement you get from these practices. Alright? So I'm sure when you get next time like that boy, the temptations and so on, other things you must learn to do meditation while you are doing this work, my friend. That's important. Not only just when you come to a monastery, you must master this art. So some of them who, when they were driving me, they were telling Bhante how to get this practice. So suddenly I had to hold one person, give him some immediate treatment and just demonstrate this. I had to do it. So luckily there was no traffic police while we were going. And everything very nice, in a way orderly. So they would think maybe some terrorist, some guy, Arab suit, holding this guy like this. It would have looked a nice sight. So when I was doing that, he suddenly realized, how to relax while driving. Finding the relaxed posture, comfortable posture. His hands were like this, suddenly it became. And then after that, before that, my journey was like, I was thinking, okay, no problem, I'm on a safari. But after that, I had a nice trip, and subsequent days it was a smooth journey. They were all cool. So this is very important, my friend. This practically you have to do these things. When you're sweeping, when you're washing your clothes, and you have to find that cool place in your brain. So it should start early morning. You should first get that. It doesn't mean that you are having a lot of work and you are not doing this. This is you have not opened up that cool place in your brain. Now I hope this moment it might open up, okay? So that time to come you'll be able to use it. So that there's a peace pervading in all your activities. You get that, like you wash your face in the morning, you wash your mind. You start with these things and then do the work. It may get little delayed, but no problem. You have a quality life. You do those things, the exercises and some chanting or something, some wishing compassion to, but you must get a nice feeling from it. You must master, you must make this, the meditation tasty. Now all this, I told them to put some cassettes and things like that, These are small demonstration, I call it normally, I don't know, it's not properly yet here. My programs, I try to make it a meditation rock concert. This is how it is. Understand? This is not something, this I'm going to break it, but doesn't matter, no one invite me next time, no problem. This you have to do something, my friend. You're sinking. You have to really climb up with something now. Do you understand? You can't be just hanging around with these things. You have to make a change in your life. Find the real situation. And you have to energize. First thing is you have to energize yourself. So this, what I do normally is that I create a kind of, now like I'm going to a boxing ring, okay? So now we have cheerleaders and all that, right? So these cheerleaders, this is something like that. Something that opens up your heart. So I normally tell you, it touches your heart. You must recite or chant something which will touch your heart. And tears should come if it touches you. And immediately you get tranquilized. And from that, you get a basis to practice any meditation. So, this in your normal practice also, don't just sit down immediately, alright? You try to put something, I don't know. This, no more praying, no more drama. I mean, I'm telling you, these people sometimes, Moiti play this Hindu karkamane. Right? You can make, man can ekam dadahagin dene, putta rasa karata puru dena. Then me mahaturu, samada hawa mage, me Vedama Daneva, Hari Antimura Daneva, is the Samimata, or the Katiana, the Harakati, then no Yakaka. Again, Mother Apironi Simons, Manko Poeva Denipa. Eva Magini, another Kiane. Those are Eva Magara, Tinta Beti Arakai, Beta, Vatana, Quoting Tiga. Eva got to the Dharmas, we could see it. Eva Puri Upayava, Mami Paranis, Tatagatan Man, say, Sri Muking. ඒ ඔරිජිනල් මේක Tamanට විඩාවක් නැතුව එන ක්‍රමයක්. මේ දැන් තියෙන කාලීන තත්ත්වෙත් එක්ක. ඉතින් මේ මොකද මගේ ඔළුව ගිහිල්ලා ඉවරයි මේ පරණ කාලයකට. හැබැයි මම මේ මිනිස්සුන්ට දෙනවා වෙන්න මට ඒක හදන්න වෙනවා එක විදියකින්. මට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් නෙමෙයි මේවා. දැන් මේ වගේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න වෙන්නේ යම් දේවල් මේවා කරන් මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකට එන්න. නැත්තම් ලැප්ටොප් බලන්න කැමතිද මම මේක. ඒ කියන්නේ කොහොම චූටි වෙලාවකට හරි. ඉතින් හැබැයි මේ වෙලාවට මිනිස්සුන්ට අඩුවක් වෙන්නේ නැතුව දෙයක් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය දෙයට ඒක කරන්න වෙනවා. කොහොම හරි so I was telling some of these people, you know, these are certain things you have to use. These are like coating for a bitter medicine, sweet coating, okay? Like the chanting, the things happening like that. Even my little bit, little bit not to make you tight and to also find yourself completely, what it is, not to worry about things. This is very important. This is a meditation also. It's not some kind of, this important technique. Not to sort of worry about what has happened. It's gone. And what is will happen is not come. You have to learn to bring your attention to the present. But unfortunately with this cell phone, now for example when we are coming also, you find everywhere, not only these gentlemen, so everybody I notice, they will tell where we are and we are coming now in a few hours time. Why should we tell? We can just go. Why not? What has happened to us? So we are always trying to tell something in the future, or mostly in the future, and we try to fix things, and we hardly live in the present moment, my friend. And when you oscillate like this, past, present, you're going to be like an ant. Your brain is going to be like an ant. It's going to make you shrink. Your brain will be shrinking. And then what happens? You're going to feel all the suffering. You're getting more and more paranoid, or what, I don't know. All the psychosis, you'll have new names coming. So psychiatric, what is this? So this, I mean, because we are in that, no problem, don't worry about it, okay? Because we have to leave also, we have to do jobs, we have to have families. But do this, be centered, question yourself, and do your duty physically or mechanically. But make sure you add this part to you. Don't neglect the moment you will start in the mornings to rejuvenate yourself and to make yourself focused. And then do the work only when you have mastered that coolness. Sometimes some work you may neglect, but don't worry about it. And then find out what you are doing in the internet, and then you know spirits are there, and try to now remove that, or remove those things you have to clear meanwhile. And read the Dhamma books. Keep them beside you. Like that you keep like that, you 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, definitely you will make something out of your life. So this is very important. What's the time now? Okay. What time did we start? 7:30?
No, 7:40.
7:40, 7:40, 8:40, okay. So, I will do something now, let me see. What would you like to know from me before we go for the meditation or something? Hari? Anything you like to know? But the other thing is, you must refer this, I mean this is for the young people, okay? 14 onwards, you must refer, 14 onwards, anyone is using the computers? 14 onwards, anyone using the computers? Huh? Okay, no, that's okay. I'm asking only, no one is using, how is it?
Everybody's using.
Now nobody like to, like this. Now it has become a big problem like with Bante. It is, that's okay, my friend. Computer is not problem, it's a technology, right? The only problem is we are not enlightened people who are using it. So there are more opportunities for those germs to operate. Simple. Because it is just like a vehicle, you have technology, it takes you from A to B. Okay, you can go to the nightclub with that and you can come to a monastery like that. So it is, problem is you have this particular disease in your brain and it will take you. It's more, you're more exposed to the, so I must explain you another one. If you are a real practitioner, you like to meditate, right? I'll give you some tips. One tip is very important. They ask me in, what is this, the young people, they ask me, how to develop meditation, or what are the tips you can give us to your personal thing to develop meditation, or to develop sati and all that. First thing is to make your parents happy. That's important. Now no one expects that, right? This is all I have seen, monks and lay people, married people, old people, they are telling me, they try to confess to me, but they have something to tell you. I know what? It's bothering me. I long years back ran away with a Chinese wife. They're in England, and now he's about 60, 75. I forgot about my parents, left them completely somewhere, and I did this. And now, of course, the wife is like a demon now, the family and all that. I can understand. You see, that small mistake, not a small, a big mistake he did at that time. So these some monks are there, they are got mad, old time. Why? They are now remembering the mother. They run away from the mother, and so on. So those days, long years back. So these are the foundations, you do anything, marriage or whatever, this is to know about life. Normally we have learned many ways how to live, not about life. So another one, if you're married and all that, with your husbands or wives, this is your duty. You stay, as I told you, you face your, classroom. You don't run away from that. I told about how to find a perfect wife and perfect husband, but some of them know already, I don't want to tell something they all know. Do you all know? No. But somehow they come and heard people and so boring for them. Just imagine how boring for Bhante. But I make it interesting, right? This suffering. But just to give a point, if you have this problem in any case, there's because some of them they are not. These things will help you. I must find new ones. Anyway, the chapati one was new, okay? And this one, somebody has written a book, How to Find a Perfect Husband and How to Find a Perfect Wife. Okay? So then they went to find this book. I don't know, CNN or somewhere. I don't know, in South Africa we have CNN. Do we have this bookshop here? I don't know, anyway. So they went to this bookshop, this man, and he asked the bookstore person how to, there's this book written, How to Find a Perfect Wife, by this so and so. Do you know where that book is? They said, fiction section. Never. It is an illusion you are running behind. Better to have your husband as your wife. Don't ever imagine or think about changing. No problem. You have some wisdom. But the thing is, when we have enjoyed so much sensuality, we lose our wisdom. And then we get that animal instinct to go from bed to bed to bed to bed to apartment to apartment. the West is no. I mean, when I was in Lesotho, South Africa, or Lesotho also, it's not fully that kind of culture. Really, there's the discourse and things, in the international school. So I was like, we were few Sri Lankans, only 1, 2 in the whole school. All from other countries. We went from Australia also. Actually, there was one girl from Australia I was interested. There was too much this thing, 14, 15. But too much shy also. I never forget. Too much shy, I don't know. But I did all these sports and things, but these bad things, I had so much shyness. But inside I had so much liking more than those people. And especially the disco, I remember, Fridays they used to have this disco. And now I hear all the stories about the students, the classmates, they come and I realize what they are doing, in the disco. And so now I like to go, but how to ask my father the money? Because he will wonder, what is he up to? For that shyness, I didn't, I never went. So that saved me. If I went like that, today I won't be a monk. Because I have like some foreign monks coming, and like we stay in the jungle and they ordain. And suddenly, now they do yoga also, but this gentleman, this monk, he did yoga, say he was in those countries, for say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then he used to go and enjoy. So this was his practice, do yoga, restrain, and then he used to find a lady, this kind of enjoyment he was doing. And then he became a monk also. But then he was trying to meditate, all these thoughts coming. He just can't concentrate properly. So, but that doesn't matter, he was trying his best and to clean his system. So this kind of situation, I had to face that time. Where I was, I now losing my train, what I was going to speak. Do you get an idea what I was going to speak? Sorry? I was telling some point.
Tips.
Okay. Thank you. I don't know what has, something I shouldn't, I can't speak so much, so can't be so busy really. And so anyway, this particular tip I must specially give you, this point. When you are, you will know this particular practice. Some people tell me, Bhante, I look at something and I see something and immediately I reflect the impermanence. Alright? Impermanence, but computers I was telling also, right? How many of you are using computers and so on. But very important, you should check this. Alright? For all of you, just check this in the YouTube. No FAP. N-O-F, especially the younger ones from 14, okay? 14, 15. N-O-F-A-P-P. Alright? You must check this. And I hope you don't know what I am meaning. You can know about it when I leave this hall, okay? Or when I leave Australia. Then it's okay. So, this is important, very interesting. In the West, there are groups of people. Just imagine. That is the hope, that means great souls are there. My teachers from Germany, of course. They are the ones, they are born from cosmos, I guess, they know the damage, danger. There are groups of people who are recovering from all this. They are not known as bad habits or damaging habits, no. Okay? These groups have formed. And they are now refraining 3 days, 1 week, 1 month. They are counting the days that they have kept clean and pure. This is, like the power of, this power of restraint. Normally, I say marriage is like becoming a monk. Why? You stick to one person, how much boring that person is, you stick to that person. Which is, that you don't, to control from mind going to distraction, that's the purpose, to restrain, to control how you marry. And the ideal, according to my idea, is actually, I don't know how practical, I'm not telling about it. The ideal situation is to create a child. Only for that, but for that you have to do a lot of spiritual practices to clean your perverted or distorted thought processes. You understand? So it should come in a natural way by trying and practicing. But I think you should be having this goal as your this thing. Otherwise, you will be being a brute and an animal. All this. Because you're just allowing this feeling to happen again and again. And it's good. It's all good if you're not going to die and be born somewhere. Or even to be without being restless, to be just peaceful. This is good enough. Otherwise, as an old man also, you can't wait in one place. You'll have to wear, but I don't know, check shirts and all this batik shirt. And then you will be, your mind will be working still like a. Now I hear this in these countries. I'm sure in our countries also now, because people they're becoming sane. They are all neglecting these practices or having no knowledge. When they're getting old, what happened? In the daycare center, what do you call it? Aged care places. Who are looking after, they get to know what is the suffering they are going through. They are having girlfriends in that situation. Okay? Just imagine the mind how and secretly they get caught doing certain things. What kind of suffering it is in the old age to be like that? But if you have such a wisdom and peace of mind and control of mind, that will be your insurance policy. That will be your daycare. You can be a cave happy. People will come to get wisdom from you. Otherwise, people will not respect you for all your, our Guru, we never would have looked after him. If he was not that, he was not looking old. German Bhante, he was so, he was the coolest person I ever know. Fearless, wise, and he would tell me everything. Sometimes I got stuck, opening the door one time, and in his bed, he's weak like that. He would accept it, just push from here and open like this. And I was thinking he's like a kung fu mindfulness. And I had many to relate about his life experiences. It is something, so many things. But here I have to touch certain points. So computers no fab, okay, I told about it, right? NO-FA-P-P. Other than that, I will go to this practice. Now I told you that something you see, and some people tell that they reflected the impermanence. Now who are meditating, I'm coming for a meditation, okay? Now I told you some groundwork. That's it. So this is for today, I hope it will help. This meditation now, for meditation, how much you have to control your senses to reduce your monkey mind, how to do it. Okay? Now, normally, when we see something, people tell me, Bhante, I saw it and then I said, I reflected that it's impermanent and suffering and something like that. Okay? So, when I was eating, while I'm tasting, I'm reflecting. But my friends, I see it as that you have been shot. There's a practice where you cut the experience, it becomes a sealer or a virtue or some kind of sacrifice. When you give up that feeling, you have to really give up. So to give up the feeling, you have to give up the contact. That's a skill you have to learn. Now I will show you, you can look at my eyes, right? But people, there's a screen, no? Oh, they have arranged everything. Oh, very nice. My goodness, they are all organized here. Okay. Oh my goodness, they have trouble a lot, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering how they are. That's what I was thinking, because I'm so old-fashioned, I'm thinking them to bring them here. But now all you have these gadgets, Maybe just see me somewhere else also. I don't know, in the material world, of course. But I want the God to see me. This is my way. I want them to see me. I hope so. I cut across LTT, terrorist areas and so on. You've not heard about it, no? There's another story. There's some of them, they asked me who's sponsoring you. I used to tell God is sponsoring me. They thought maybe government or something like that, That time I was going once a wandering walk, cutting across the LTT area. So there are a lot of stories to talk about that, but now it's not time for that. But I tell you these points, okay? Because now only I talk about the recent one, the 2015, just to tell that, because even the organizers of Sri Lanka and they are unaware, like they are not really, they are also intoxicated, I see, all of them, they are good-hearted, everything okay. But it doesn't register to them that this Bhante is coming, actually it's a ghost that is coming. And it came to their mind and I said, you tell whoever is coming who really want to change themselves or make them, it's good for them to come. Otherwise, you don't have to waste my time. Or something will happen if they do come. If they're really serious, they're really in crisis or they want to. Crisis means you don't have a big sickness, you're really thirst of changing yourself. It's a good opportunity to meet. Though I make it light-hearted, but there's some seriousness about it. Anyway, I will tell you this practice. So, there's a practice like this. Now tell me, when you see something and experience something, which brain immediately works? If it's sensual, even if you admire a flower, which brain do you think it works that time? The reptilian brain or the thinking brain? Sorry? Reptilian brain, right? Okay. So, when you are doing what would you like to die? While watching TV or at the computers? Or when you're sleeping? Or maybe when you're taking food, eating? That's a good time to die, isn't it? You find why you don't think you're enjoying it's a nice time you're at the disco. To die in the disco or where will you prefer to die? Doing what? Meditating. Okay. So better to do it all the time because the habit works. It doesn't mean you suddenly when you're dying you just sit down and meditate. No, you. This actually happens. This really. There are monks who go to preach when people are dying. They're called. I once went. I was with such a monk and he had to suddenly go. It's like when I went with him. So what they do? Sometimes they'll search for the keys. What they used to search for keys? Maybe today, I don't know. Today maybe cell phone. I'm sure. Calling emergency service. To where? They're so caught up in this. I don't know 99 number. But oh goodness. So anyway. The consciousness, works that way. So, my friends, this is very important. I will tell you what happened to me. So, you have to learn to cut this feeling. Now, you can look at my eyes now. You all can see. I will tell you a practice. This is called Indriya Samvara Sila. This is in the old text. It is called how to control the senses, sense restraint. Now, sense restraint means you don't take the proper picture of the things you are experiencing. So the feeling doesn't come to you. Okay, you don't recognize, in other words. So look at me, I can see you all like this, and now I look at you. When I look at you like this, do I look focused or not focused?
Not focusing.
Yeah. This is the way you have to practice. You must have no focus. Okay, say for example you're crossing the street, the road. You must be focused. You must take the details you need. Okay, you see the vehicle going, you must know that the vehicle is going. But do you have to see that who is inside the vehicle?
No.
No, that's what you have to discriminate. Say you're, walking the street, then of course you can't just say non-focus and bump into somebody. And you just, what you do, you notice a person coming, but you will not recognize who they are. Okay, whether it's man, woman or puppy or what, you don't notice. This practice is called, this is important for you to register many things, and when you sit down for your meditation, this will help you. You will not have memories a lot. That's one actually, but there are other practices also. There are 4 practices. If you do your meditation, you will get tranquility, you will get focus. Other one is called Iriyapate. Iriyapate means you're walking, you must pay attention to now. With the cell phone you're walking, talking to somebody, then you must walk the talk, right? You're not walking the talk. Okay, it's not proper English anyway. This is important. You are not paying mindfulness to the moment. If you do that more and more, you will get results. You're going to toilet, when you're moving, you first learn to walk relaxingly. Just find, walking posture in the park, how you're going, where you have no concerns, no this thing, but not easy when you have certain works to accomplish. Okay, but don't worry, when you get a little bit training of it, you will bring that into your work situation. It's a challenge, but you'll find when you do that, when you properly do it, you'll not feel tired with the work. Now I've been talking also, it's a work for me now. But I have learned to do it. Now people ask, Swami, Bhante, you have been tired and all that. Yes, if I only been talking. But I'm doing the meditation with it. And with that I get energy, otherwise not possible. Okay? So you have to learn to do that part, to be awakened and then do the work. Okay? You will not feel tired. So this, to do the work without feeling tired, that's about walking, talking, going. Now eating, it is said when you taste the food, any taste, little bit, now you get energy from the food, right, calories or whatever. But when you taste, you lose more energy, that mental energy. More than you get, that's the physical energy, but you are losing more mental energy by tasting, enjoying it. So, I will tell you one thing what happened. Now this practice how to do. Now I used to walk, sometimes go for walking meditation to one hall in Sri Lanka, in the Marine Drive in Sri Lanka. When I was walking there, normally I go to a hall to do the walking meditation. So while going, I pass a restaurant. So this restaurant, I'm hearing there's so much traffic and there are no control, pollution, so much, exhaust is going, carbon dioxide. So normally I keep my mouth closed, very much, and just breathing from my nose so it gets drained and go to the body. So while going like this, meditating, suddenly from the restaurant, the smell of the, they have put all these things coming out. So even if you don't have money, you buy the thing, So these things are coming and going to the nose, right? So then, what I did was, I have a practice. I know how to, because what happens when you touch? What happens? The animal brain starts to work. In animal brain works, what happens? The thinking brain is not functioning properly. So, we learn not to take the smell immediately. That's a practice. So, what I did, I started breathing from the mouth. Because this carbon dioxide is better than this smell. You understand? Because this is bodily health. What is bodily health? Mental health is more important. So, as yogis, we know this. So, at that time I started breathing from my mouth. But then this smell goes through my mouth and touches my nose. And then the smell coming again. Then I decided not to breathe, because, then that I did. And when you don't breathe, then you're not getting that, and this animal brain is not working. Now, your other brain, your special brain is alert still, So then what happened, how do you get attracted to this food? And it's an illusion, it's a fantasy. They say, Durata apple, Lagata apple can, right? How it's in English. For far it is apple, they said, but for near it is apple. Right? Okay. Everything in life is like that, my friend. Okay. Before you marry, you think, oh my God, this is the Buddha coming. But when you marry, oh my goodness, you realize the real parts of it, all the scent and everything when you wake up and all that, and they're so close to the body, and then you get to know the truths of body. But we try to cover it up in so many ways. I will tell about this, okay? These are very important things. So what happened? I don't know, now because meeting me, I'm going on a track, so you'll be just lifted into a track also. It's like a commando training for you. Okay, can't help it. So this is all the message I have to give you. I can't tell you now have a nice family life, this, that. Have it, but learn to. But when you get detached, how beautiful husband and wife you will become. You will be less selfish. But with selfishness, you will give pain to others, you will give pain to yourself. So anyway, I tell you this practice. So what happened? You are attracted due to illusion. Food, Now those food, it is advertised, okay, those pictures are put, the menu, right? And the smell. I sometimes think, why can't they put what the toilet, the color of your morning duty. You know, they can take a photograph of that. They normally take photographs of food also in restaurants. I have seen this. It's funny, you know. They are taking photographs of, I have seen this photograph of food and this thing. But I think, why can't they take it before after toilet? Let me take one. And put it in the restaurant. Okay? And then maybe the smell they can put through there also. Then you get the real picture of this. I mean, if you want to have Dhamma business, that's okay. but just think about it. I mean, it's the same thing that, you know, that food is same. I mean, we don't need to actually go through this. We can take the food in and put it into the toilet directly. Okay? It is just, if you look at it, so look at it, it's the smell and the picture. It is same with women or men, okay, both. What is it? The scent and the kit. These two things. But why do you need so much scent? Because one is smelly. If one is really, you know, what it is, you have natural order, then nothing, no problem, you don't need all these things. So these are the two things. When they get caught with that, this animal brain is working, then you can't think, then you live in fantasy and illusion. You don't have mindfulness and reflection and seeing reality, then you live in a kind of an intoxicated state. But when you cut these two, you have clarity of picture, what is really going on, and there's natural detachment. It's like, you know, you're seeing the truth. So what happened, when I passed that restaurant, when I didn't do that, then I reflected, what is this so-called food? It goes to your mouth, and you munch with saliva and all that. When it touches the tongue, it creates the consciousness in the tongue. It tells this food, that food. It creates the perception. And this particular, while it's touching, for a short while, when that thing, you know, finishes contacting after munching, then that consciousness no more rises. But we identify with that as I am feeling. But where's that I? It is just a conditioned phenomenon. These things you can perceive it when your mind is bright and alert, when you are not, and when you perceive like that, there's no attraction and your mind is at peace and rest. You're not just suppressing, you're seeing the truth about it and detachment will come. Not seeing the truth only makes you just sort of think, oh, I'm missing something or something like that. So these practices you can do if you cut those things. There's no point you get the smell and so on. You have to try this. And while you're eating also there are no ways of demonstrating. Actually you plan to have a day program, right? You expected that, most of you. But I told you, you know, you must not have overdosage here. You see? With me normally 2 hours meeting enough, it will have for 3 days. That energy will be there for 3 days. People who meet me, they're like a retreat for you. You'll find another kind of, like you are like far away from, you'll get some taste of meditation. So this, now I actually stopped. The only 2 I did, because they are already organized and in the future, no. This is enough. This program itself is quite enough. So now, so this is clear. I hope for who are practicing or want to practice, this might be helpful. And time to time is good if you can go for a retreat, 2 days, 3 days somewhere if you can find. This will be very helpful. And 1 week, 2 weeks. So this you need a complete life. You get a proper training when you come to your offices or working places. You can implement these things. So I have given you tips and certain things. Anything you want to know? Ask before I go to the meditation last part. Okay?
Swaminansa, Aryana, Brahmanyana, Vage, Canada Komada.
ඒක මගෙන් දිගට බ්‍රහ්මඥාන කියන එක.
එහෙම සවනස. නෑ YouTube එකේ.
බ්‍රහ්මඥාන කියන්නේ ධ්‍යාන වලින් එන දෙයක්. ඒක සාමාන්‍ය යෝගිවරු අතර තියෙන එකක්. ඒක පොඩි පහ එකක්. It is actually like a, you know, Brahmanyana is actually a Hindu terminology. It's about just the same as Brahma, you know, like, so you, so it is a complete dispassionate state also. Dispassionate means from the 5 senses. Arya Jnana means it's actually knowledge connected with the 4 noble truths. Now that knowledge, it's actually 4 noble truths in experience is one. You understand? Like say you get realization of the impermanence of something. When you get the knowledge of impermanence, a sort of an intuitive one actually, When that is happening, to get that, what kind of thinking, what kind of lifestyle you live, that is the path. Okay, when you get that, it is, you know, already the suffering of all things. But when you get that, when you know like that, you are detached. That is the cessation truth. You understand? So all four are there in experience. But to explain, Buddha has to give. When you talk or when you explain, you tell it in four aspects. So that is, Arya Jnana is connected with the universality. You will get to know about even the Deva, Brahma, or the Brahma Jnanas, or any kind of knowledge also as something that is transient and not of you. You can't, your idea can't with attachment, even to anything for feelings. So even if you get a spiritual feeling of tranquility, peace, you feel attached, then the idea of I comes, that feeling is me. You understand? Now even the gross level, you get it for feeling of food or anything. When you feel, you think I am feeling. Because you are not seeing the exact cause and how the feeling is arising. You see it's coming from conditioned causes. So when you see like that, same with the samadhis, dhyanas, that time when you have, that you identify with it, if you are not mindful and reflective and having wisdom about it. So actually the Arya Jnana, it is a wisdom. Not a feeling. You go beyond any type of feeling. Completely you are detached from all feelings. But it's in the direction of detachment. Even Brahmajnana is the same direction. It is detachment from the five senses. Eye, ear, nose, tongue. You are having this and this kind of feelings. But Buddha says these feelings are okay. They are helpful for wisdom. I mean, they give you quite a guarantee for wisdom, but you must apply it that time. You just say bliss, you're only just going to spend it. But if that time, if Dhamma is there, you will become very quickly enlightened. Because yours, and no animal play, fully bright, you know, that one, very lucid, intuition could take place. You get some idea. But these things not to be taught, you have to practice and because maybe you heard this term. And I have this Hindu, some karma with me. Anything? I'm sorry. So ladies first, right? Okay.
Thanks for telling us about the bad spirits. I really felt I got something out of that. But
I'm sure all, because
I'm wondering about the good spirits, and eventually we get off the wheel of reincarnation and rebirth, and we achieve enlightenment. What do the good spirits have to say about the state of enlightenment? I'm just interested.
Tell you honestly, like when you're going this way, now you're coming here because you have a good spirit. You understand? There's some force behind you, definitely. Otherwise, that drives you to do, go like this good things to find out. There's some, or sometimes the bad spirits get transformed to good also. There are, so about enlightenment, we're talking about. Because I don't communicate with spirits as such, you understand? I don't that kind of thing I don't do, but I do know they do exist. Because none of my devotees, they communicate more than me. They are more psychic than me, Some of them, they are seated and not here, I don't know. They are seeing some angels and this and that. I said, I only see people and impermanence and these certain things. I'm actually having certain things I'm having, but they are not like so solidly visible. So, but these people are more, they are more psychic, but they do there. But spirits and devatas are gods, living beings and all that, you must take them like parents. I will give you some idea. Parents you respect and they are sincere, and they are good, but they are still in the world of ignorance. They are still in a state of decay. Right? Now your parents, you're going there to die and so on, but they have a divine nature and they are sincere, so you get blessings and so on, but you don't completely follow them. To follow them is towards liberation, because sometimes maybe they don't want you to be liberated. Because they would like to be, because they have attachment. Same as spirits, you must know what kind of information you will take from them. You can't fully rely on them also. You understand? You rely on an enlightened source. I don't know, did I answer? I don't know, what do you say exactly? You can explain to me again because I'm not very used to hearing questions. You have done 2 times and I'll explain.
So if the ambition is to get off the wheel of karma,
Yeah.
and we are to become enlightened, if we all become enlightened, then there's no people left.
Okay. Yeah.
Then what is the ambition?
But has it ever happened like that? Never. Up till now, no. I'm sure future also it will not happen. The thing is, we are seeing the people and all that in a what do you call it? Really, when you understand consciousness, there's no end to the number of beings or cosmoses, states of existence. This is one system, there are so many other systems also. We come to a certain area corresponding to our karma. You are conscious of certain beings, the number of beings from eyes or ears or senses due to certain karma corresponding. There are others we are not conscious of. So we came to a realm of beings because we thought about beings. The idea of I was working and we did karma based on that idea. So it got created a being like us and we are in a realm of beings. But when we begin to lose this ignorance about that this is not our real being, it's an impermanent thing. And then these beings also, they are really not, because something them, their self should not change. Something unchangeable should be there to call as a real self. Right? But nothing like that is there. So that is why meditating and realizing you come to that. But when you are in that full understanding of that, you don't do karma in the nature of being here, being there and all that. Then you are in a kind of your mind, then when you do karma with that kind of vision, what happens? You will not create a being, right? Or you will meet any being. So it's what we think we become. What we have thought we have become now. And what we are thinking now will be the future. So when we learn to, so you understand the beings is so when you, this idea of that all, the Buddha appeared and he became enlightened, but there are still certain people. So it's actually, there's no, as long as you think about people, they will be there for you. You're going alone, that's a big realization you have to come, that then you understand, you don't get distracted by people you meet and so on, and you have good wishes. Now, for example, when you have metta, metta meditation? For example, the purpose of the whole Dhamma is to stop karma. So there are 3 ways of karma you do from the mind, mainly from the mind, and from that you talk, that's by word, and action. So to stop the mind is to stop karma. So normally we have meditation where we wish others, may they be happy. I've been doing that just now. May they be happy and this beings, I'm thinking, is a mental picture. This mental picture, you are wishing like that, it is called mind intention. That's mind karma. So if I do it properly, I'll be going to higher spirit worlds, because who thought like that. Now those, to fully do it, you will not have any greed in that mental state. You will not have any hate. And you will not have low pain, Maitra, Dvesha? Etakata mohe? Mokada? Lobe ne? Dvesha ne? Mohe? Hey, ne. Huh? Kawada, tiyada? Kawada kiyana tiyana kiyana? Tiyana katya atmasarane? Tiyana tiyada. Mohe tiyana. At that time, no greed, no hate, but there is delusion. Why delusion? There's no real beings. It's mentally created idea. You're creating a mental object. May they be happy, may they be happy. It is, I can think of this much, I can think of whole world. It is what I think, it is like that. Okay? Then that time no greed, no hate, but there is delusion. Alright? So if I am reborn there, it is a temporary state again. It might be a long period. That's how it is known. So sometimes the God idea comes through this. This Buddha explains about it so long, sometimes the existence seems. So it's like you are staying forever in those particular planes of existence. So there, but when that potential is finished, you can come back again. So this particular if you have this knowledge, when you have this knowledge that this is created by, this is mind karma, and this is impermanent, that state also, and then there's detachment from that, your mind stops. That's we call that normally Buddha tells Nibbana. That means mind has no passions at all. So no illusions that there is a self. These are all phenomena of God coming from causes. When you are in that awareness and kind of free from any delusion in the mind, then you will not, there's no place to go, there's no beings that you will be becoming conscious of, nor there will be a being created. I will tell you in a small way, but it's deep also. But I will just share this. One day in your meditation and when you're reading, one day it might spark, but I'm just creating a brain wave in you all. So this is the purpose, but this my teacher revealed only when I was very calm and this thing. I don't feel like revealing it now also. How the consciousness works, and because too much knowledge is also. But when I tell her that, it creates a kind of intrigue. But he gave me these things at a certain time. He saw maybe our karma, we will meet again. But I would wish you to go through the original, the word of the Buddha. You get all these points by Gnanaloka Thero. And you must just not read it and keep it aside. You have to continue reading again and again with the meditation. Then you will get to the time certain verses will strike you. You will begin to see. So I will explain one thing. Maybe if you are really serious, one day you want to really find the secret of this, how to stop the rebirth. We know that rebirth, it is the consciousness, the rising of consciousness. Have you ever had this idea? That because we are consciousness, now also we have consciousness coming and going, and the consciousness arises, the last moment the thought creates the last consciousness. You know about this, right? And then that is the cause for rebirth. For that consciousness to continue, you get a body and so on to support it. That body comes out of past karma. So normally the purpose of the meditation is to have no thought in the last moment. So normally you get thoughts to go here to Sydney and all that, when there's karma, right? We need to know, just to get an idea, we want to go to Sydney, we want to go to Melbourne, to do this, do that. This is karma operating. We get a desire and we do go. So if you have no desire, there's no karma connected with that place. So same way, rebirth also, you will be going to some place. When you have karma, you get a thought of some place or something, and that becomes a cause for consciousness to arise. Because consciousness needs an object to arise. Without an object, it can't arise. Now, I have to see you all for the eye and the eyeball, these two. Then connection to this only, eye consciousness takes place. Okay, in a fast forward way, this is all Buddha explains, a moment of consciousness. In the consciousness there is feelings, perceptions, and reaction to perception, how you perceive. It happens very fast. For example, now immediately when I see you all, it says something, it happened, that is eye consciousness. Otherwise, this is just a material thing, the eyeball and the object. And something happened, and then there's something, you get a sensation that happens simultaneously, it's there. And there's something there in the mind that discriminates or judges or recognizes, that is called perception. As pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, it judges in three ways. For every sensation you get. When it judges as pleasant, there's something that reacts. That is called sankhara. That is the karma forming thing. You react with greed. That's unpleasant, you react with aversion. And it's neutral, you react with delusion. So these three feelings. So we always experiencing from the eye, nose, tongue, the body, the mind. This is what we call ourselves. A person. We identify with this as our being, but they are always in a state of flux. Even this moment, while we were talking, it changed from one to the other. So these are some things. This Buddha explains a lot about it. But it's nice to see. But they happen so fast. Meditation you're supposed to slowly. When you understand, you can understand who you are, what is happening to you. So normally when you're dying, when the moment of death comes, the last thought comes. Even if you're bomb blast or whatever, that's the last moment the thought will come inside your brain. So when you get this thought, say you have done business all your life without breaking the 5 precepts mostly, your consciousness will get a family. It will be born in a family where they will help you to study for business or administration or whatever degree, and you will be getting occupied again in that type of work. So I normally tell a lot of people, Australia, if you don't break 5 precepts, you might have to come back to Australia next birth also. Yesterday I was talking about it. It was very interesting. You'll have to come back again. It is here you would have been before also. I would also have been coming and something going through this, that's why it's repeating again. Now I can tell you some things. In my life, one time as a new monk, I was going arms round first time in Anuradhapura, the ancient city in Sri Lanka. And early morning I was going arms round, and then I worshipped the Bodhi tree, and just passing ancient ruins someplace, I want to take the food in a quiet place. So then one place there was like little grass and some steps, and I went down, and there was this nice place to sit down, and I sat down there and started to take my dana, my food. But I was very surprised. This looks all very nicely, like old with stones, all these ancient ruins. I was very curious to know what this place was. So I took my dana, and then I went up and I looked at the board where they have written what this place is. To see it's the old, the monks' dining hall. I don't know how I went there. It's very interesting, right? It's very interesting. I still am alone now. All of them have gone up, I think. Okay. Yeah, I can feel that I want to go walking. It's almost like that's how their life must go. Something wrong happened. Monasteries made, this is all green, dust, all coming up. Something happened. I see myself little by San Francisco, Assisi, You know San Francisco? Assisi? I feel very much akin. I feel same situation. Me and where the Christianity, when it was in a kind of deteriorated and this thing state, and then this sort of saint comes and he gets some guidance from the universe. You know about him, no? I feel so inspired by him. Now these people will be a little bit upset, wondering, Bhante, I'm inspired by many saints. Not, it's actually, I don't know how to explain this. So, it was about the consciousness, okay? I'm coming to that. So then I will tell you about this a bit. I don't feel like, maybe one day you're reading the sutras, you will, because this is very precious knowledge for me. I don't want to give you so many. I have given you a lot of knowledge in a different way, which is needed. Okay, we see. So, if you are doing business, you're born in a certain family, and then you go. Okay, I have to explain about that also to show the consciousness repeating that. So then, say you have not broken the 5 precepts, and then you have you will be born again in a family where they will help you to do like that. So the consciousness finds the causes, the conditions to work. Now say when you are dying the last moment, say you are there are saints, levels of saints. You have no passions, it's called never eternal. They go to a higher plane, but they are still attached to samadhi. Samadhi means concentration, blissful states. So what happens? Normally the last thing to leave or to function is the breath. Okay? So normally they are keeping their attention to the last functions of the body, that is the breath. When the last breath is going, so they have no karma in the material world. They have got detached from food, the family, or monasteries, or everything in the sensual world. Then also their karmas are finished in the sensual world. Will they get a last moment thought in the sensual world? Will they get? No, right? Okay. So but they have still attachment to meditation bliss. So that still they have not overcome that attachment, and then when that moment when the last breath is going, their mind will be distracted by the pleasurable mental feeling. That means that becomes an object for consciousness to arise. So then rebirth takes place in those higher beings. Say a fully enlightened being, he completely have no attachment to this blissful state also. That is Nibbana, completely vanquished from Tanha. For such a person, no distraction. When the last breath goes, can he keep attention to that last moment or not? Can he or not? Sorry?
Can.
Yeah, can. But don't think this is simple, my friend. When he keeps there, then will he be reborn anywhere?
No.
No. Okay, but good, at least you can answer like that. But remember, when you're reading the sutras one day, I hope it will help you all to get liberated. I hope. This is my wish. And I hope if what I was telling you, if you be careful with your sensual things and remove, you're bound to, definitely you will see this wisdom. You will not need to go anywhere there. No universities, no work. You have found the secret of this life. So I hope there's no time for me to tell in the jungle. So, but my teacher also told me these things, but only later on in my readings and meditation, suddenly it sparked. When I'm going to the origin. These are simple things, but it has to be profoundly known. Not by even answering. Answering can be logical, it's good, at least you must be that much alert. If you can't that much understand, how can you, it should, but there's a level of knowing this, remember this. That should come from inside. This Yodiso Manasika, it is called. It will come one day, I hope, that it becomes a vision from your third eye, That's called Dhamma in the original way. Eye of the Dhamma. It is normally connected with, it creates dispassion to every kind. Virajan, Vitamala, Dhamma Chakku Mudapati. Yankinchi Samudre Dhamma, Sattanta, Nirodha Dhammati. Whatever rises has to pass away. So this is something you must try to do it. So now, I hope you can keep in mind, read the word of the Buddha. Anything else you want to know? Because I'll be going for the meditation. 7:30, 7:40, 8:40, 9:40. Something you would like to know?
කෙනෙක් විදර්ශනා භාවනාව වැඩුවොත් සමත භාවනාවට ඒක සුදුසුද?
සමත දෙකම කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මම කරන චුට්ටක් විදර්ශනාවෙන් සමතට යන්න පුළුවන්, සමතෙන් විදර්ශනාට යන්න පුළුවන්. සමත කිව්වම සමාධිය කියන්නේ මේ පංච නිවර්ණය තමයි අපිට බාධා කරන 5 hindrances which is working with the animal brain. reptilian brain. So when they are having, when you have the 5 hindrances, pancha nivarana, our satipatthana harita වැඩෙන්නේ නැහැ. The practice for inside doesn't work when you are having the, so when you have samadhi, samatha, that time your තමගේ මනස නිදහස් සත්වවලේ සම්පූර්ණ. එතකොට සතිපට්ඨානේ ගොඩක් chances වැඩි හරියට ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවා. There are more chances for that wisdom practice with vipassana or whatever to work when the mind is when you are in samadhi. So, any more questions? And when you have vipassana, it can shift to, you can change it to samatha, samatha to vipassana. Like that. Shift means you make, now I will do something with little bit vipassana and then metta is samatha. Vipassana, samatha, and samatha, then the right mind, again you can think about those things. Like we read the Dhamma again like that. So they go in mix, then it will be chanting, Buddha Buddha, Buddha Buddha. So you mix, you have several weapons. Not just dry insight only, or just samadhi. Actually 5 faculties have to be balanced. Saddha, sati, samadhi, panya, virya. The saddha, faith, devotion, and sati is mindfulness, samadhi is wisdom, concentration power. I don't know if there is a proper translation. I would call it relaxation power, not concentration. Then virya means effort, not to be energetic. But you get, when you see your real condition, how dangerous it is if I die now, where I can be reborn, like that you have to think. Another one is wisdom. That is when you read the Dhamma books, Dhamma, Buddha's teachings. He's not Buddha for only compassion, he's really Buddha because of wisdom. But that wisdom is coming out of compassion. Not just some curiosity, knowledge, it is to liberate the people from sadness of any kind, of all types of sadness or suffering. So shall we do something? Any questions?
Bhante, you mentioned that starting from Sri Lanka, the German monk, and you went to Himalayas and learned from some rishis. So why as Buddha explains whatever in Sutra and Abhidharma and those things, person's correct path, why do you feel like going there, and what makes you to go there?
Correct.
Is it what is given in Sri Lanka is enough
Yeah.
for a person to
Correct.
practice that? Is
Correct.
it your karma or what? What is like?
Actually, I never go to meet any rishis in the Himalayas. From the age of 18, I was not going to meet anybody. Something, it was very clear to me, but I was searching for something. But when I met Bhante, the teacher, he showed me the sutras. Then it very much helped me. This is it, I felt. And then when the practice went on, from the sutras also I had certain experiences, which is still echoing and keeping inspired. It's like so solid. That's why I'm shepherding so many people, and I feel this is for me, it's the only way I think people will get the right standard. I don't know about Abhidharma. You see, if you look at the history, if you have understood the suttas in a meditation way, then go to Abhidharma, I would say. Without doing that, you go, I think. Because scholars also know the suttas are the original. There's no doubt about it. The scholars, but with meditation you will also know. I have not known by scholars, but I have met the scholars. They have told me, yes, it is very nice. We have seen it very clearly, the Pali language you know very well, that how the history, how it has come. It's very well known that it's the old Magadhi Bhasha. And the way it was someone was listening and memorizing, that is exactly the way it's recorded is very interesting, like someone is hearing. And only later on it was written down in Sri Lanka. But I don't know from that as an experiential way, but in my meditation, I have occasions where, that I have no doubt about that these words are the very words of Buddha. That's why sometimes I would recommend certain suttas, if one day we meet to who knows, in a retreat like thing, where I want to give the way how to look at them, that you get that vision from that. But how Bhante taught me. So, my going there, you're right in a way. I'm just, sometimes in those caves I have taken the Samyutta Nikaya, but difficult to meditate that way. But I see this is some past strong karma with that places. And I know, many ask me, Bhante, are you going there to attain some, no. If you want to attain Margapala or anything, Sri Lanka is the best. You have the ancient jungles. I was there also. These are the two places I'm attracted to, like the Vihara forest, and then Anuradhapura. There are places where it was like where I got many experiences there, especially Adhatakala. I don't know that Rasvera, Valagamba, went to that king of Valagamba, that period, those caves and all that. They are wonderful. They are the best places if you want to practice anything. But today, unfortunately, in these last few years, many things have changed in those monasteries also. Cell phones have come and this and that. So that doesn't matter. You must now. When I become a monk, before monk as a yogi or upasaka, when I was with my teacher, initially I want to be monk very much. But when I was in island hermitage, I saw all other monks very pious and they are very silavanta and everything. But I found they were not all meditating like their head is burning. So I thought I also want to become a monk. Because I was attached to meditation, and I thought I will continue being a yogi. So my teacher was giving me slowly pressure to become a monk. And my relationship with this teacher was that I gave my life to him. So when I was unable to do this, I was getting pressure. If you go to Himalayas, I think he will forget about me. But when he see me, he will say, how nice when you become a monk. And he will tell like that. And then I think, oh, he remembers me again. And this was terrible for me. It went on for 3 years. So one day, we are very respectful for him. We don't question him or anything much. So I one day told Bhante, I can't become a monk. The monasteries are deteriorating, monks are deteriorating, and the sasana is deteriorating like that. He looked at me and said, your consciousness is deteriorating. So you enter the Sangha, it's just so profound, When you meet with him, it's wonderful. He will give you the exact picture of the whole thing in a cosmical way. He said, your consciousness is deteriorating. And then he told me, no, you enter the Sangha and do the same practice, giving each other encouragement and so on. So then that time it was very, very interesting for me, so he was, that was one thing. So then, I must tell you the reason, many ask me why you go to, Himalayas, Kailash and all these places. I see it like this. I feel my meditation treasure is in those places, which I have done in the previous life. I'm going there to collect that treasure. I have a dream about this monk's life, I want to actually, I always tell this, sometimes people, I want to make you all faint one day, okay? Something I want to do, that you will get a shock about these monks. This is my dream, otherwise no point wearing these robes, I think I'm shaming my master, the Sambuddha. So I know from whatever practices I've done previous lives, this is with Samadhi mainly, the going to Himalayas, you can't practice Vipassana very much. It is the Samadhi practice mostly. So that one, this is my Kambah. I don't tell anyone to go there actually. That is a wrong way, and I nearly left my body 2015. It's quite a risk. But can't help it, I will not stop it. If I have, I will come again next life with another body. But this is my thing I have to do. So some things I see when I'm giving out blessings, and some things come already from what I've been doing. So some people think I'm just a preacher only. That's what they're used to. So that's why they will only video sometimes, okay? You see? I don't know how many things people video when I'm coming, but today Pindapata, they had some here, they were very sensitive and knowledgeable. I don't know, something that was correct for them. That is the time my program goes. During Pindapata, silent, going ashram, certain energies and forces. So these are, you all know me now this time, but I was with a DT. It was not just going talking to them. But there are times that these things help me to sort of give them also some help, and also to let them know that there are these kind of practices also. It's a long story if I tell you about all those things. But all this trend came, so so many different ways. I will now also for meditation. I have mixed so many techniques I'm trying to formulate. And if I can get something from Christianity, I will take. If I get from Muslims, I will take that. It's like that. So, because if it works, this is how I see, if it works to make you tranquilized, I will use it, except for sleeping pills, you know. This I don't see it will work. Okay. That you know any other, that some which, so this is it actually. I don't know, I wish sometimes I'm an old man now, I don't, another thing I feel that when I'm going I get a calling like, okay. If I tell you some more details, I get some, I can't wait without going also. And I can see things falling into place. So I feel sometimes it's like maybe, I don't know whether I should tell too much about it, but maybe my old gurus or something, you know, I had certain feelings. I don't know whether I'm telling too many things, you know. But I can't keep secrets also. It's difficult for me. That's why I told even about the laptop I used, this is I'm happy, okay? I'm not get done anything here. Yeah. Angular weather. Another thing I put keep it up in my head. Yeah. Some things I can't tell, you know, but I'll tell, one day I will tell, I hope when I'm really enlightened. I want to. Because then you all will know that Bhante also had a lot of difficulties and he struggled and he achieved this. Because anything? Anybody? Yes?
You mentioned about third eye. Can you please explain?
Mention about, sorry?
Third eye.
Yeah.
Is there any way to open up the third eye?
Yeah. I told you already. Be careful with the computer, all the training ways. The other thing I could explain, with the tongue, when you control the food, the tasting and all that, right? When you don't do it, you know, the sensual world, you see the illusions of it. Like when it touching, how it temporarily created the feeling, it's all muck in the mouth. And when you know like this, all the sensual connections also will fall off. If you have children, then you see some fresh peace, we are getting this thought. These illusions will become clear to you. You understand? It's my husband also is just, you get to know my wife, my husband, or my any other thing we experience will fall off also. Now this practice in Melbourne, they were doing this, funny, you know. They are telling me, but normally when they hear our supervisor is coming to check or something, you know, they get gastric and all that. They were telling me. And then they said when they did this practice, they were doing it, and when this situation came, no, they had the strength. They were not feeling that nervousness and all that. So when these are developing, you find, now I'm trying, that's why I told you that, I will tell you that this ojas going, so this have to mainly with brahmachari, celibacy, these are the main things that we're going to activate. The third eye, there are types of third eye also. Then the divine eyes, and then there is this Dhamma eye, that's what we are normally, the intuition, you know, that comes. Okay? And I wish I could explain more, but let's do the little bit meditation and we have to wind up. Anything else? Nothing? Yes.
Do you find sleep to be a hindrance? Like I find these days people have a lot of trouble sleeping now.
Sleeping too much or not sleeping?
Not sleeping.
Okay, yeah. You need sleep because that you have to do some chanting or something. Okay? And that's important, this insomnia, like, right? Right? Insomnia, is it? Sleeplessness or bad sleep, or like disturbing dreams and all that. Is it like that?
People have trouble sleeping because of stress and everything.
Yeah, definitely. But if you now drive like my friend does now in Melbourne, you know, relaxing, finding, and also before doing your work, now so I did also a job for 2 years. That's in 25, but it's like, but then I used to bring the meditation into it, like in the toilet, do it, and then come and like try to like relax and not to take too many responsibilities, okay, and try to make your job or whatever, you know, little bit righteous or It's not easy here, there are so many things like to keep honesty and not to make it ethical also. Sometimes you may do, it looks legally okay, but sometimes giri at the don't worry about it, okay? It will be okay. If you are really sincere, you will get the alternatives and books like that to change that. And that will create less, your conscience is clear and you will not have stress. You understand? So these things, you have to make your way. When you want to make the way will be formed. And you become a master. And other thing is you have to learn to think in a way that doesn't cause stress. I told you about Singapore, now they're so boring, right? They've been listening for the YouTube and we have learned to Singapore transit what I experienced. I wish I could find a new one, but can't help it. I have to go talk to talk, And I do this no thinking meditation actually. I'm doing such a meditation and coming here like this. Just imagine. I'm doing a kind of a meditation which is no thinking. And then I come here, I don't formulate what I'm going to say, so I bring out but I maybe something coming out might help you all. That's what I'm looking. Singapore airport, how long you have been there? Yeah, okay. Singapore airport, when I was there, when I was coming here, I was looking, I'm also being bored to talk about it. Let me think of another. There's so many ways you can overcome tension, but you have to learn this. Okay, I will tell what happened to one of my friends. This you have not heard, okay? This in Haley's. Haley's, when I was working as an auditor, audit clerk. This my father forced me to do it. Not do it, he was happy, and I knew that making him happy will make my, knowing this, I took up this. My uncle's firm. So anyway, in that I had to work as an audit clerk there, but I put rules to myself, not to look at any lady. This is one rule to me. So there's sometimes the finance controller, she's a lady, so I make sure that she's not coming, okay. Then I will be meditating and going. These things I did. I used to wear good clothes, but look at the impurities and keep cool. Doing the meditation. Just for my father's blessings, I do that. But other things I don't need to. So you have to learn to be efficient in your. So then I used to go to the toilet and sometimes do the meditation and come out. And because my teachers used to tell me that while this karma is, because these things you would have liked in the past life, that's why it's coming up again to you. So now if you replace it by even a little practice during the work, this karma is going to break. Otherwise, next birth also I have a father who wants me to go do this, but this will happen. This happens, my friend. This is what is happening. You must understand the cycle. So if you are wise enough, you will learn to, same with wives or whatever we are meeting, that we learn to not change ourselves, not change the objects around us. And then learn to do this while we are in the situation. And when you do that, you have achieved a great deal. So anyway, there I did this practice. So toilet take bhavana karma, I do the meditation in the toilet, and then anyway you must find a place. That is new karma. And this is going to so එහෙම කරගෙන ඉන්නකොට දවසක් one day then I used to meet a lot of people. There's so many stories that happen in that, but what I want to tell you. There was one Christian boy. He's a very decent boy, he was from the other department. But he used to talk to me sometimes. So I don't talk about, because Buddha's teaching is not, that time it's easy for me. I can talk Dhamma, doctrine, not the doctrine is a certain concept, which is universal. Now problem, people see me a Buddhist monk. It's a problem, it just creates, Buddhist monk. But when I start talking, maybe they might lose that prejudice. But still, that is a barrier, then they think of Buddhism and so on. I think always Buddha was not Buddhist, you understand? Buddha, I would think he's not Buddhist. So anyway, I told him how to live in the present moment. I used to tell him about just the past is gone, the future not come. You feel now what you're feeling. I tell him, that you see me and you feel the pressure in your leg and what you're hearing. Just note it properly. Like that, this simple practice of being aware of what is going on now, pay attention to that consciously, and then remind yourself to be in the moment. So I told something about this, I don't know how I explained that time, but I did explain to him. So it's, then one day, he's coming, only thing he's not worshipping me. He's excited with me, he's coming. Like Shanaka, that time my name Shanaka, I said, what happened? He said, that day you taught me something like this. Something happened to me, he told me. What happened to him? His father has told him to pick up somebody from the airport. So he went few minutes late, and suddenly there was a big traffic block. And then with that lateness, this traffic block, he was like frozen. The father telling him to pick up, then the time, like that, he was just like, then he said, suddenly he saw me. Not a cell phone, I don't know GPS, not GPS, they have these special cameras also, but maybe in his consciousness, then he told me, but not Bambalapitiye, then I suddenly remembered you told me, like past is gone and future not come, just observe the moment. So I remember my father telling me, then I remember that the thought was coming, my father telling me, pick them up now at this time, and this thought is working. He noticed that. And then now, like future, I'm thinking, I wish I go now quickly there. Now this, practically you can't go there, and like you can't think now. But when you notice that this is not there yet, the future, and the past has finished, it's only what he's feeling now, the seat is touching. When he paid attention, he realized the brain start functioning. And he was able to go, to just drive and go, face the reality. So these small basic practices, I also had a nice experience. But the problem is, I can go until morning, but tomorrow early morning I'm leaving, okay? But I wish my spirit will be there with you forever. Remember these bad days. We want to, one thing I did in office also, but this all really happened, how to, office pressure and how to, miracles can happen. When you bring yourself into the present moment, miracles can happen. Because it's unnatural. Natural way is to worry and to sort of do this oscillation from future to past. But if you do this, some things can happen that you can't imagine. It is like you're becoming God itself, Okay, I will tell you one thing. Now, normally we are not to, now this is okay, not supposed to think anything in our Pindapata, Armstrong. We are supposed to bless others and give others something actually. So our teacher tells the experiences normally. This is ancient practice, so Devata, the God, the divine beings follow you because they want merit. They like to follow who are practicing these things. So anything, normally we wish others happiness and their well-being. Actually this is our practice. We don't go for food. We get for 2 houses like that. Okay, then we go on wishing and go to our kuti. So my teacher used to tell me, don't think of anything for yourself or anything, it will happen, and so on. So one day, curiosity, this thing, I just thought of thinking something. This in Maharagama side, I was going Pindapata, and then suddenly I just thought, I know that curd, curd. Kiripani they call it, curd, treacle with curd. What you call yogurt, something like yogurt, right? So when you have to go? Wait 1 minute, come. I give you something, 1 minute. Just, Okay. Sit down perfectly. Try to not to talk until tomorrow morning, take some dinner, okay? And keep your mind at peace. It's okay.
Curd.
Okay, good. So I was going in this particular, and then I just suddenly thought about this. Slightly I thought, curd, okay, or this curd yogurt or whatever. When I just thought, then I continued with my meditation object. Just as I thought like that, suddenly a van came and skated, the other side. Somebody jumped out of the van, and then the mini vehicles going on, so then suddenly came running towards me. And then I think he came to offer something, so I opened my thing, and when he was putting into my bowl, curd. These pots, they have the mati, clay, this thing. Then I thought, oh my God, I don't want curd. Please, whatever forces that are, I'm sorry, I thought this kind of, what is this food? What is this in this world? I'm looking for something more, So I just thought, next time I thought, never. I never do blessing from, some people say that sometimes this thing, Bhante, why don't you bless yourself? Even for this memory, why not bless for myself? I cannot think like that, I don't do this for you all. It is there for you all. It is not for me. But we look after some other people, they look after it. Okay? When we do the meditation, other now, you must go home also, I think 40 minutes or something drive, right? All of you have to go. So, anything else? Last question I'll take. I can't go on like this if I want, but now I'm doing
At what age did you become a monk?
At 18. It seems a lie, no? Do you know what if? Do you know who know my something? At the age of 18 only I became a monk. Do you heard? When did you hear that I became a monk?
20.
Could be a bit later.
20.
Sorry?
Could be a bit later than that.
Yeah, you heard, no? When? 20?
24?
No, 28.
20.
This is ordination. But my mind became a monk when I was 18. But I want that kind of monk. I was telling some people also to how you become monk in the mind, not the body. That will happen according to the time will come. That's not necessary. Important thing is the mind must turn into that plane of you have to leave your karmas and learn to make it a kamatana. Why did you ask that? When did I become a monk?
සම්මන් සුබ හිතන්න නැතුව හිතන හැටි ඒ ප්‍රඥාව දියුණු වෙන හැටි වෙලාවක කියවුණා වහන්සේට.
ඔව් හිතන්න නැතුව හිතන හැටි. ඒක තමයි හිතන්න නැතුව ඉන්නවා කියන්නේ සමාධියකට. පංච නිවන, the five hindrances are not there. Not thinking without thinking, right? That's what this is thought. So no thinking comes. Actually, thoughts are mainly with the sensual world, eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. Sensual world, the distract thoughts. So when you have actually no thoughts in the five senses, this is what I am talking about, no thinking. But that happens, then in that state, intuition comes, that thinking. Thinking without thinking. So actually that time you have one thought. You are in samadhi is one thought. That peacefulness is a thought also. So, but in relation to the sensual world, you have no thoughts. So that thought, no thought idea only I'm telling. And when you are in that state, there are chances of having that special thought, which is going to take you beyond thought.
That is about vipassana.
Yeah. So that's why to clear that, others will hear, you're reading books, nothing happening because it's still with the pressures, desires, addictions, energy losses, and you're reading it, you're not getting it, you never get it. Now when you clear it and go, meanwhile you must start already reading, continue, but when the purity level comes, suddenly you will get these experiences. That's the third eye. How to open the third eye. Dhamma actually, Dhamma third eye. Anything else you want to do? All questions answered? Everybody fully enlightened? How is it? It's okay. We do a little meditation now, right? And then it's good to go to bed. Alright. Yes, it's good time. Normally I take it 5 hours, 4 hours, I'm sorry. It's good enough for you. Now when I say meditation, all of you prepare specially, no? Why can't you just, important is to just, but find a posture where you don't feel pain in your body. Now you see, he was in a good posture, now he's into a suffering posture. Yeah, this is not my way. No, he was in a very good posture, but now he's going to a suffering posture. This is all we have got so conditioned, you know? So conditioned. Oh my goodness. Find a posture where you don't worry about the body too much, but you don't sleep also. That's important. We are not used to staying, cross-legged. We are actually in Sri Lanka, but India is different. People are, they are always sitting on the ground and so on. So we have comfortable how is it carrying over home? You have sunny anything? I'm not going to කරනවා මේ ටික හරිද ඊට පස්සේ ගෙදර යන්න පුළුවන් හම්බ ආශිර්වාද කරලා and okay පොඩි එකක් කරන්න දැන් ඉවත් වගේ තියෙනවා තාම එහෙනම් පොඩි sleepiness no so we do a small hand meditation, okay? So that meditation means a warming up. You don't just meditate. But I told you about this relaxing the body. Have you known this to find your body relaxed first? How many? Don't worry about the crowd and everything. He's a good student, I noticed. Confident in there. And make Sanyava and Sanyava. Oh, other thing, he's not here, he's in Sydney. While we were going in a bush, I always like to go, they also took me, for me to feel home, I enjoy it's nice, the nature. So they used to take me, today also I went for that forest, bush area, and I feel at home. This is like all these concrete places, drawing my energy. So I went these places, and then, then one of the boys, they asked me, Bante, this stone somewhere. I said, this stone is inside, It's inside you, not outside. He said, how is Bante? I said, no, I'm not going to tell you. The program I will tell you, because if I tell you all these things, what am I there? I don't have anything to tell you in the program. Okay? So I will tell you that also first. You are seeing me, right? Where do you think Bante is? Really out there?
No, inside us.
It's in the brain, you already know, right? Do you want to really feel it? Or remind you really properly, concretely? You take this finger and below the eyeball, keep looking at me, and he has to look at like me, the crowd, and look at some one object, and then just shake from below. Just give a push while looking at it, and see how you see that. How do you see?
Shaking.
Shaking like?
Yes.
So you can see it's there or here.
Yeah.
But that's not shaking, this is shaking.
Yes. Where the actually, the whole consciousness taking place here. So that's the reason we pay attention to the body, then we are coming closer to the right area of attention. Keep that in mind. Other thing, now you must learn to relax, Sometimes you are tightening your body and so on. Just find a comfortable posture. You are not holding the body or anything. This was Samadhi meditation, basic things. And I will be, now I will just look at him, right? So for him I must tell him that you must think I'm like a doctor. I will be doing something, don't pay attention to me, okay? Don't pay attention to the crowd also. Just think of focusing on relaxing your body. And like you're going to sleep, when you fall asleep, you forget about the bed and all that, then you sleep nicely. So that thought you have to get, don't care about this environment. What are they? Who are they? They're just some objects, okay? And it's a perception only. And Bhante is there, it's just a sound. And you can take a deep breath. And out breath, all the tension let me go. Tension of I have to be in front of the stage or something, all that you just let go. And you can keep the hands little relaxed, okay? Yeah. And you all don't meditate, you watch this, what is happening, then you can get an idea. I'm giving you some tip. Now I do something, don't try to help me or do anything. Just focus on, like when you want to sleep, just think, don't worry, I'll sleep here, but I forget about the surroundings and relax. You are now paying attention to it, okay? Don't pay attention, right? Just focus on, don't pay attention. But if you can do it with the closing eyes better, okay. Just take a deep breath and find your tensions and let it let go. Don't worry about it. You're reacting to me, right? Don't pay attention. Don't try to help me or do anything. Like say a doctor is examining you, and that time you will not, just wait, no? Okay. No tension still, right? Now you're going to relax completely. Just leave all the tensions, all the bara. Crumbling arena. Kumusang hindi pa. Bhavana ka na natin pa. Relax ka. Oh, you can sit down. Now you have to do it consciously more and more. Okay? So, you have to create your own guru within you. You have to consciously, now it can make you more calm, but that's enough, you getting the idea. You learn to let go, and you can do it, okay? You must test me also, the teacher also will test, right? Come. You can lift it up. Come. Okay, I'm so nervous now. You can lift here, right here, okay? You have to have the support. Not that, okay? Beautiful. I'm glad I passed the exam. Oh my God. Alright. Now find yourself, tell yourself and relax the body first. This will cure cancers, my friend. This will cure all your insomnia, everything. You can just imagine how much tense we are, how much pressure, because we have not been trained to remind ourselves and find that cool area. And just keep your mind relaxed and come on. I will do another one. I'm doing too many double, triple. Maybe you're you're all really nice and relaxed, but I want to teach you, maybe this is my last time here. So, take your hands, okay? After that, you have not done it, right? Okay. Let's do it. The whole body, my friend. I hope the Mantes are not looking at me. fully take and it's like a Bambalapitiye. No sleep, no nothing. Mind will be bright. But circulation clear. How will you stay like that? Watch your body like from outside. එළියෙන් තියනවා වගේ body එක watch. මේ එළියෙන් බලනවා වගේ ඉඳන් ඉන්න හැටි. Come on, ඉඳන් ඉන්න how you're seated, you must observe. Then watching how you're seated, I am dressed with a robe. I'm talking, and then I start to reflect. Buddha says, Rupam bhikkhave anatta. Body is not yours. Rupam chedidam bhikkhave atta. Why is it not yours? Abadaya, subject reflection. Samvatteya. Labbheda rupe, evam me rupam, evam me rupam mahasi. May my body be like this, may my body not be like this. It doesn't follow orders. If I want to be old, I mean young, it doesn't become not sick, thin, slim. It has its own way, it causes. It doesn't follow orders. Just little orders, walking, going here and there. But the main things doesn't happen. Not dying, it's the main thing. Not getting old, it's the main thing. You don't want it to happen, but it's happening. You must picture it mentally. If such a thing happens, can we call it self? Vedana sanya sankara viññānam bhikkhave anatta. Buddha says feelings, perceptions, the mental factors of consciousness, not yours. Samvatteya labbhedata viññāne evam me viññānam hotu evam me viññānam mahosi. Why is it not yours? This subject reflection, your thoughts. It doesn't follow your orders. May it be like this, may it not be like that. So let's investigate. Some thoughts are coming, worrying you, troubling you. You don't want it to have that. But it's happening beyond your control. You are not yours. And thoughts cannot happen without a body. It's a base, support. If the body is not yours, then how can the thoughts be yours? This is another way to see your thoughts as not you. And when you look like that, it's only a little bit contemplation. When you properly picture it and observe these things, you feel detached from your thoughts and your body. This detachment is called impintati. The body, vilacchati. You get dispassionate. Nirodheti. Your mind comes to cessation. Nippanante. This is Nibbana. Sankhara parama dukkha. Nibbana paramam sukha. You must feel that peace of letting go everything around you, your bodies, your thoughts. How peaceful this is. If I reach this goal, how great it is in this life. This Nibbana. Just like me, all who are in this room, they are looking for happiness. May they also get Nibbana, free from anger, greed, hate and delusion. Not only this room, all the neighborhood in this Canberra and this state and Victoria state and all Australia, like you're going in a helicopter. And all those human beings get this mental peace. Australia, New Zealand, go to Sri Lanka, villages, towns, India, so many population, all over India, and Tibet, Nepal, China, and Russia, not only Russia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and not only there, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Mediterranean, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, and Australia again. All, whole earth, all human beings, like you are looking for space, may they be free from suffering, may they get mental peace. Thousands, lakhs of people, you picture like from outside, create a mental picture. Not only them, animals, all animal world, then the spirits, demons, may they get a human birth and come to this path. And the other lower worlds, Vetarani, Paduma, Avicchya, the hell worlds, the lowest suffering worlds, may they get a human birth, come to this peaceful world. And the angel worlds, they have less anger, greed, and delusion. May that completely be free. Or the Choto Maharaj, the Dawat himself, Tusita, Ram, and Matra. And the Brahma Lokas, the higher worlds, Brahma Purohita, Brahma Parsons, Mahabrahma, we have Brahmapas, Akanita Brahma Loka, all these higher dimensions. They have no lobha, no dosa, no anger, no greed, but the sense of I is there. So may they free from that burden of clinging to an ego or a self of any kind, and completely be free from suffering. To the highest worlds, to the lowest, to all sentient beings, may they be free from suffering, come to peacefulness, from the lowest to the highest. You picture them like in front of you. Keep that relaxedness in the body and comfortableness. With that, the internal coolness in the brain, that you let go everything. That cool feeling of being relaxed and not holding on to anything should be there in the mind. And when you are doing this wishing and these thoughts, feelings, there you must see whether that coolness is increasing in you, so that you enjoy it, want to do it more. Need some practice. So feel like you are a big mother. All these people are like babies. Lakhs of beings. They are like babies actually. Mata yatanyam putta. Ayusayika putta magavakya. Evam pisatparudesu. Manasambhavya paru. Buddham madhota diryachi. Asambhavya viram. Buddham kyavisya. Sayam ravatasya. Etam sati. Brahma vetam. Buddha says like a mother would give up her life to protect her only child. That way you think of all sentient beings. That is the thinking of Brahma. Find when you feel sleepy or then you should not practice this meditation. You should practice the thinking mind. When your mind is bright, okay, you can do it. and you can think of the conditionality or do a walking meditation. Like that you must change. Now we don't have time, but I'll give you some idea how to do these meditations. Then read the books or something. The mind is bright again, you must do these things. So, but with this karuna, I want to be sure. And tonight, try now not to talk to anybody. I will give you some energy, I will try to keep it. And this is coming from I would say, the caves and the old saints. So keep their silence, that energy works with silence. And tomorrow morning you can talk. Take some dinner or whatever, that is okay. But try to not to talk too much. Not too much at all, but morning you can talk. Then you get full blessings, it will work in the night also. And 3 days we will keep on going. So I wish you all just a strip that you come, that you will get, and don't at once, just wait for 5-10 minutes. Don't go at once. Just wait in the hall for some time. But I wish you all good luck. Your journey is safe on the spiritual path. Get all the strength and protection from all the angels. From this way, out of all mind to higher space. So, okay. Sansare, Dhammaratha, Dhammaratha, Anyone having any particular, okay, I know, okay, problems or difficulties? Just wait, relax, huh?
is